The Rap Roundtable.
Episode 95 of New York's #1 podcast for hip-hop. Lock in with us. It's the Rap Roundtable. It's your boy Jarv here alongside Sincere the Rap Snob.
What up, what up?
Alongside Deanie the Balance.
Force be with you.
Alongside your homie Mase.
What's going on, yeah?
You can find the Rap Roundtable on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, Twitter. The beat you hear in the background is brought to you by Sincere Beats. He makes beats.
Holla at me.
Sure
Go to
does.
his Instagram, Sincere Beats. Lock in with that man if you need your production done right. Get familiar. And as always,
We are tonight's entertainment.
we're expediting the pleasantries because we got a lot to talk about. But you know,
Always.
real quick,
Yes, sir.
you know,
Vibe,
as
y'all.
episode 95. If you missed the live on Monday, we're just gonna make the announcement right now. Episode 100 is on the way.
Yes, sir.
Soon, episode 100, we're gonna be doing New York Bias 3.
Tres.
I think
Let's
that
go.
was Sin's idea. I want to just make sure I
Trilogy.
give the flowers to whoever. I felt like it was him who suggested to do for episode 100. I don't remember
Sin.
100%.
It
but
wasn't me.
I think it was Sin.
Pretty sure it was me.
So episode
not me.
100, sometime in June, New York Bias 3 is
Summertime.
on the way. We made y'all wait a minute for
Fire.
this one. Like, this is the longest gap between New York Biases.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We've had a lot of other things to be biased about.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit like that. But yeah, make sure y'all lock in with that. Make sure y'all get familiar. We are the road to 16K. I don't know, by the time this drops, we'll probably already be at 16K.
Listen,
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
actually.
Motherfuckers jumped in our
Motion.
comments. Music Soul Child jumped in our comments talking about, oh, y'all talking like y'all #1 and all this and that. Like, you focusing on the wrong things, music.
Music Soul Child.
Hold on, like
What?
the music so child.
Nah. Nigga-
Legendary nigga.
Huh?
The head rap dude?
Nah, niggas that just wear shades. Must have a lazy eye like music. you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
man.
so-
I thought that was Cool Mo D. How you like me now? Type
Nah,
vibe.
man.
after but anyway.
Hey, we get into these diss records, man.
Yo, listen.
Mo D.
But bro jumped in the
Do the
comments
knowledge.
upset about the conversation that we had. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You keep talking, nigga, that you better delete that comment you left
Hey.
under 94.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they claim in NWO, like we been that. We run this whole shit. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to the wrestling references, that's us.
Yeah.
Been
All of it.
us.
You know what I
We
mean?
might be the Griselda of the pod game when it comes to wrestling
on,
references.
All of
bro.
it.
And if you NWO, you that shit with Jeff Jarrett and Bret Hart, silver and black, when they can stop watching. Anyway.
Oh, listen,
Anyway.
man.
Talk that shit.
No,
That's
listen,
a third level
and-
wrestling reference
and
right
this
there.
and this is a response. This is not me instigating. I'm just responding to what's going on out here. You know what I mean? Y'all shoot at us. Don't.
So, this is like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is like that.
Yes.
'Cause we like that.
I'm just responding to what was said. I'm not instigating. I'm not here to cause any problems.
Never.
You know what I'm saying? Although, you know what I mean?
I don't want peace.
I like the problems.
I want problems.
But
Always.
in this case, I'm
Always.
just responding to niggas who are scrambling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But with that said,
Good
the Rap
point.
Roundtable Top 5 series carries on. We've
Yes,
been
yes.
doing the top 5s for the last few episodes. Again, we got a lot of new viewers pulling in. So for those who are not familiar with the top 5 series, these top 5s are not us giving you what we think are the definitive top 5 anything. We're giving you our, as 4 individuals, personal 5s. We've done top 5 Jay-Z albums, top 5 Nas albums, top 5 Posse cuts, top 5 Southern rappers, so on and so forth. But these are individual picks. So don't get mad if some shit don't make it in. Oh, you niggas is biased. These are our opinions. These are our picks. Almost died. You will see, because God be getting at me when I be talking too much. But anyway, put your 5 in the comment section. Put your 5 in the chat. This is very interactive, very inclusive. So with that being said, we're gonna get everything rolling with the homie Deanie for a change. You know, we usually let Deanie back clean up or get some base, get runners on base before Deanie gets up. But you're gonna bat lead up. You're gonna set the table for the Rap Roundtable tonight.
And this is my total 5, right? We're not doing like a straight 5.
What do you mean?
And I'm giving you my straight 5 right now.
Top
based on what I'm saying.
Top 5.
Top 5.
Yeah.
All right.
5 from 1 or 1 from 5? That's
I'm
what
going
we
5. I always go 5 from 1.
I'm the
From
only
the- I
weirdo.
always start from the
Alright,
bottom
copy.
to the top.
I'm the
Pause.
weird one.
Because you be killing the suspense. You know what I mean?
It's like a movie.
You know?
You gotta let
You're
it
the
build.
weird one. I started
Okay.
from 3 at
You know
one
what I
point.
mean?
All right.
And my 5th place vote is this.
You know what I'm saying? You got it builds suspense. All right. So we're
Took
starting
me,
off with number 5
What we got?
of my 5. Second round knockout by Cannabis.
Ooh.
I like
okay.
it. I like it.
Setting the
Say what
stage.
you want about that record. Say what you want about Cannabis. I mean, everything about that record was powerful. First of all, he had Mike, like not even just on the intro and the outro. Mike was literally littered all through the record, talking about eating niggas' kids and shit like that. It was like a real moment. There's a lot of punchlines and quotables that came out of that record. Me and Sim was talking about it earlier. The whole greatest rapper died on March 9th. That was literally a thing
Quotable.
after Ken I said that.
To
You know what I'm
this
saying?
day.
Never heard niggas talk about niggas dripping in whack juice. You know what I'm saying? Till Cannabis said it in the bar. It's
People say it after.
bruh. Niggas are
Not
dripping
me.
whack juice. Maybe not. Like, it
Not
became
you?
a thing. I said it once.
I know you
I've-
said official
I've-
tissue
yeah.
not too long ago.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
I ain't never heard you say whack juice.
Never
nigga.
heard me say niggas dripping in whack juice.
Never.
I've heard it. I've heard it.
Thank you,
I've heard
Sid.
these things.
Like,
I must have not caught the reference,
I've heard
man.
several people say it.
you know, it's a thing. You get what I'm saying?
Shit.
It was a powerful record. It was a record going at someone who was above his stature at the time.
Right.
Well, forever. You know what I'm saying? Above his stature, above his weight class, you know what I'm saying? But that was basically his GOAT. And that was the time he had his little, you know, the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
When they had their little pop shots back and
Classic
forth.
time.
Great time. You know what I'm saying? When you actually shout out to Cole. But that was the time when niggas said, you know, I love this nigga and I still got smoke. I'm
Yeah.
emptying a full clip. And we got great records from that time. Shout out to Cannabis. I don't know what he's doing right now. It's been a long time since I seen him pop out with the notepad. I was hurt. But, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to you for setting the tone. Great record. Shout out to Desperados. You did amazing things.
Good pick, Dean.
Iconic record. Like, still
Really
hear
is.
it in my head to this day.
Yeah.
Number
Great
4. Adi Don, man.
Ooh.
I felt the way listening to that record, man. That shit,
Copy.
it's different when a record fucks with your soul. You get what I'm saying? I'm listening to the. I felt secondhand embarrassment for the nigga he was spitting to. So,
And this is OVO Dean talking
bruh,
right now.
I
bro.
mean, you gotta keep it real when
Gotta
it's
keep it
real.
above.
Like he dissected this shit. You get what I'm saying? Pusha in classic form doing what Pusha T does,
I ain't
giving you
mad
the
at it.
ABCs of this rap shit. Number 3, hit him up.
Okay.
Sheer disrespect. Maybe overall the most disrespectful as far as like overall. It starts off with that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. I mean, come on, my
the
nigga.
most
Like,
iconic for sure.
definitely. Like the got the little homies got off. You said I'm talking about my little homies get off. Had the whole Outlaws ride off on the whole Bad Boy clique. It was dope to see. You get what I'm saying? And it's still a dope record to this day. Number 2, Big Bronx. The Bridge Is Over.
Okay.
Like
That's what we doing tonight.
iconic shit, bro. You like.
Yeah.
Queens niggas sing that song. It hurts their souls. Their bodies shake when they do it. It's like
Listen,
it's
I'm such a big Queens rap fan.
bruh. You heard,
Nas, The Mob, CNN. But when that Bridge Is Over comes on,
talks to you, bro.
it's a different
Yeah,
feeling,
they
bro.
all
You
Get
just-
the ramen like the what?
He performed it at Yankee Stadium for Hip Hop 50,
Yeah.
and the whole stadium just shook, bro. Like it's just
To the right,
to
2023.
this day, bro. Like MC Shan still feels some
Crazy.
type of way.
Good point.
Shout
Dean.
out to Shan.
It was the perfect audience for that.
Yo, and number 1, I mean,
What you got?
come on, bro.
What's up?
It became a noun, either, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a thing
Talk
now.
about it.
It's a thing.
Talk
Like,
about it.
when I first, if you asked me a bunch of years ago, I would have told you Jay-Z, hands down, Hove had it. You get what I'm saying? But as time has went along, just the sheer disrespect, just watching Nas come out of his shell like that, because Nas wasn't on that type of time prior to that. You know, he was
Right.
he was on his I'm better than you niggas, but it wasn't on some like, Jesus, slow down, my nigga. Like
Listen.
this was when Nas came back out. This was when
Yeah.
Nas got the filing under him. We got the Stillmatic album after that. Just iconic moment. That pretty much was the battle of my time. You know, I'm sure there's a bunch of other iconic records, but those were a little bit before me. Some was after me, but this, I was in the midst of the scuffle during this battle. Niggas was 16. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the whole high school
I mean,
rush.
you were 16. I
yeah,
was a little,
me and
I was
John.
a little older.
You get what I'm
mean?
saying?
Just a little bit, man.
Just
Chill.
a little bit. But
Chill.
it was a major event. Like essentially what created the camaraderie between you two niggas to this day, and what is brought is basically the precursor to the rap round table.
Yeah, that's
If
the
that's
common
not
thread. That's the
powerful, what
common
is?
thread right there. You know what I
You
mean?
dig?
The
I have
common
a-
thread.
That's my 5.
I have a
That's-
theory about the yin and yang of Jaw. We just haven't gotten to the episode where I can unveil that theory.
Okay.
But I have a theory about those two when it comes to rap.
Now, hold on.
One
Quick
day I will
question to Dean.
Yeah.
Jay-Z Takeover wasn't in your top 5?
That's interesting.
6.
6.
Number 6 on my
Honor
list.
for number
Lil Will.
one. Number 1 honorable mention.
Man, new.
6 man off the bench.
No question.
Hello.
That's interesting.
That's very interesting. You want to shed some light into that?
Need them.
No, I mean, time has went by, and I'm like,
Fakest.
don't do that. Don't do that, y'all. It's the more potent record. I'm
trying to get
sorry.
him to say it. I'm trying to get you to say it too.
I knew that's where he was leaning. I'm talking about even
Gotta
even
give
when
the
you-
people what they want. You
even
know.
when you
Right.
break down the 2 was due, 1 was ad. The 1 was ad was my favorite Nas album, so I always had a hard disagreement with that. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, in terms of this, it was a great diss, but I just feel like in terms of like rebuttal, like that might be the greatest rebuttal of all time in terms of a snap back to a battle. Granted, it was a snap back because it took time, but I'm talking about as far as a rebuttal, might be the greatest rebuttal.
Interesting.
All right, Masito, you want to go next?
Yeah, I cook next. Good list, Dean. Good list. One thing that you mentioned while unveiling your list that I want to mention as a caveat to mine is that, no, we done with the 90s. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on that timing, but I like to, I like to mention for our top 5 series, I make sure I mention shit that I was outside for. You know what I mean? So we not done with the 90s. Rest in peace, Tupac. That's my guy. But we kind of done with the 90s with this list. All right. That's the caveat. And the second caveat is no drill records, because drill, like, as a genre, is a whole diss genre.
Exactly.
Chief Keef, King Von, these artists, their whole career were diss records. So I'm just removing drill artists from this completely. Maybe one day we'll get to the point where the Rap Roundtable can have a top 5 drill record list. So for the top 5, I'll start from 5 since I've been the weirdo.
I'll keep it to myself.
We
I'll be here
listen,
for it,
man.
Mace.
You know what I mean? We got to get the Patreon going, because we got these undercover tapes we've been dying to let go of. You know what I'm
You
saying?
could thank a certain rapper for that. But okay.
So I say that to say these are records I was outside for. So if your favorite record ain't on here, you know what I mean? It is what it is, man. Number 5, Rap Devil, MGK.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Just like you mentioned, Ding.
What?
Just like you
all
mentioned,
time?
all time.
Yo,
What's that, brother?
You should have gone to me second.
let him
man.
elaborate.
I regret it now. I regret it now.
I gotta hear this, Mace.
Listen, man. I wasn't outside when Eazy-E was telling Snoop Dogg that he weighed 150 pounds soaking wet. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. You feel me? So we gonna go with MGK Rap Devil number 5. Then you mentioned when I forgot which battle specifically. There's never been a battle in rap history where somebody was punching up like this battle here.
Cannot.
There was nobody who was ever touted as a big bad bully in rap like Eminem. This was the diss record in the battle win that should have never happened in rap. More than any battle ever. There's no way that MGK, I'm a wild boy, should have beat the guy who they were telling us was the best battle rapper. They made They made
people said
movies
that
about this guy.
the
People
record
said
landed,
MGK didn't win that, and we just dragging it. We're Eminem haters.
People.
The record landed.
Listen, man.
I still feel like it landed. But
I feel like more people within the
here's-
culture feel like it landed more than people without the
Of
culture.
all-
A lot of
But-
people feel like it's the better of all of Eminem's disses. A lot of people
Here's
talk about
my
that.
problem. Of all time, you going with pink fingernails?
Yo,
It's tough.
Listen,
latex?
man. Listen. If we speak about a lot of
And
rappers
spiked hair?
way after they, you know what I mean? We could get at a lot of
There's
rappers.
anything wrong with that?
You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of rappers who ended up looking crazy way after they
Yo,
rap days.
that's
You know
a
what I'm saying?
fact.
I'm not gonna lie. We could get into that. You know, top 5 worst post rap careers. We could do that one day.
There's a lot of guys that
That's
look
a fact.
crazy during their rap careers.
Shit.
We've all
Right.
seen, Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 back in the day.
Yeah, it was
Those
wild.
were some
Dr. Dre
wild,
with them Jerry Curl
some wild
fits.
outfits, man.
Listen, yeah, Eazy-E actually mentioned that in his diss against Dr. Dre, what he was wearing. Number 4, 300 bars, the game. There's a certain amount with this records.
right.
Why did we pick this
Yo,
guy?
no.
Why did we pick this guy, bro?
They trying to shake the table up.
I'm trying to shake the table up, man.
Come on,
You know what I mean? I ain't want to give the same list that the Source gave when I was 7. You know what I'm saying? I wanted a new list, bro. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
I dig it, baby. I dig it.
300 bars the game.
Nah, this is like J. Cole 7-minute drill.
If that's not on the list. Is it?
No, it's not on the list. That's
I
not on the list.
understand it.
We might delete this segment later, bro.
I understand it, but it's falling a little short right now.
300 bars the game. Another person who was fighting up in this battle. 50 Cent in the first half of the 2000s was the dominant figure. Everybody went platinum in G-Unit. 50 went diamond twice. Lloyd Banks, Tony Ayo, everybody. The second half of the 2000s was distinctly different for G-Unit, and the only reason why is because of 300 bars. People don't want to admit it. People don't want to admit it. The G-U-Not campaign, this was the first chink in 50's armor. Before this, 50 had Jay-Z retiring. You know what I'm saying? But after this, Cameron was calling him Curtis. You know what I'm saying?
Curtis.
Rick Ross was out here winning
courtesy,
battles against him. This is the first chink. This is the first chink in 50's armor, and it was, to me, the best kamikaze diss ever. You know that everybody loves the surgical precision, like we gonna go right for this, that. Game just said fuck it, went all out, you know what I mean, and bombed on G-Unit. 300 bars, number 4. Okay. Number 3, Gucci Mane, The Truth. That's number 3. The only diss record out of all of these that have actually been performed in front of the competitor. You know what I mean?
You're not wrong there.
That is something.
You're not wrong.
That's
That
a
verse is
caveat.
crazy.
Had Jeezy talking about I tell you what, they see it, y'all seen it on Twitter this week. Had Jeezy talking about I tell you what about 10 times after this. Mention Gucci Mane. Listen, man, I'm not trying to get too crazy. Gucci Mane bodied Jeezy's man and told him on record. You know what I'm saying? All the shit y'all want that the rappers to go to now, you know what I mean? I want them to go for the neck.
Can I jump in real quick? That's why when people they was getting on they feelings about us talking about J. Cole and Kendrick and whatever the case, like, oh, black men and all this and that. That shows you there's a difference between rap beef with real street implications and rap competition with a couple of disses sprinkled in. We know the difference. You should learn the difference as well. Carry on, Mase.
Right. So my mic went out there for a second, so I hope Jaw was saying what it was. I think my mic is out a little bit, guys.
Now your mic is fine. It's probably your headphones.
Oh, probably the headphones. So listen, man. Number 2, back to back Drake, man. I'm sorry. We here. You know what I mean? The OVO captain is here. I'm gonna have to say it's Drake. Back to back.
The party record with the diss is always hard to deal with.
One of the only diss records that actually like did what it was supposed to do, right? Like of most battles, people usually they career survives, they do their thing, everything is all good. But listen, Meek Mill hasn't been the same since back to back, bro. To this day, Facts. Meek Mill is in shambles off of back to back. The first battle rap record that memes accompanied it and tried to like that played a part. This was like a big like the modern diss record back to back was what got us there. You know what I mean? I remember the AR Ab element. I remember, you know what I mean? Not the girls tour, not the world tours, and your girls tour. You know what I mean? Just of the modern era, like back to back, and it really solidified Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll say up to this point, Drake still hadn't had that, you know, rapper element to him, that street element to him. Right after back to back, Future linked up with him, and you know we suffering the consequences of that now. So number 2, back to back Drake. Y'all know I'm the OVO capo. I had to give it up.
Not mad at it.
Number 1, man. Story of Adidon, Pusha T, man.
Wow.
Pain.
I gotta be real here. There's no diss that landed like this. We the OVO team, but there's no diss that landed like this. There's no diss that took down. You see, I hold a lot in people punching up. It's one thing about people punching down in battles and winning battles that they were supposed to. People that we all know somebody you're nicer than, or that you make better music than, or shit like that. But Pusha T he fought at the top rapper in the game at the peak of his popularity, bro. You know what I mean? Coming off of battle wins, Drake was riding high. Like Drake was the guy at this point. You know what I'm saying? And Pusha T with surgical precision dismantled him. Story of OJB. Just everything about this. You are hiding a child. You know what I'm saying? Like tick, tick, tick. Like there's quotables. There's moments. The everything about it was crazy. And at the end of the day, bro, there's nothing that makes a diss land like your competitor not even wanting to respond. And I'm sorry, that's what happened here. Crazy. So for number 1, for me, although I'm the OVO capo, Story of Adidon, Pusha T.
I see what you did there. you're gonna beat the bias allegations by going Adidon first. All right,
Listen,
I see
man,
the
it's the
vision.
truth, man.
I see the
He
vision.
trying. He trying.
A quick
little Messi, though.
a quick reset. Dini, what's your 5 from 5 to 1 again?
Let me back again. We got second round knockout, story of Adi Don, hit him up, bridges over, and Ether.
Story of Adidon is twice on the board. That's very
heavy, man.
interesting. Macito, what's your 5 again?
I got Rap Devil, MGK 5, 300 bars the game 4, Truth Gucci Mane 3, back to back Drake 2, and Story of Adidon 1.
So Dini has a nice balance, obviously.
The
Macito,
balance.
voice of the young people with more modern era, obviously. Now this leaves me very concerned about where the rap snob was gonna land with this. Based on what we've gotten so far, that means he's gonna go extra snobbish, extra golden era. I'm very concerned about where this is gonna go.
You
Let's
don't
go.
know me, man.
I don't
You
know.
don't know
I'm
me.
just saying. I'm not saying.
Don't act like you
Based
know
on Dini
me.
and Mace,
Hey.
You trying to read me, bro?
I'm
Let's see where you're going.
man.
Come on.
Let's see where you're going.
I might surprise you.
well, shit. The floor is yours, sir.
All right, number 5, KRS-One. The bridge is over.
This fucking guy, bro.
Wow.
Where's my? Like, come on, bro.
That's crazy, bro.
Big surprise.
No, listen. Okay.
The rap
that is my
roundtable.
number 5. But I do want to go in by explaining a little bit of criteria, in like personal criteria that I have. One, you had to have gotten like a clear W from your diss record. You know what I mean? Like no shots to you, Dini. I wanted to put Cannabis second round knockout. But did he get a clear W? Like what happened to his career? What happened to him after that?
A bag of nothing.
You know what I mean? A big bag of nothing. I mean, LL responded with the Ripper Strikes Back. Pretty forgettable, but
Mid.
like it didn't even matter. Like Cannabis kind of, L'd himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? With his career. So that's criteria number 1. Criteria number 2, you had to have gone at your enemy for Dolo. So for me personally, this is just my criteria. Hit him up is out of the discussion. I'm sorry.
Wow.
You're not gonna
really?
find Hit him up in my top 5 disses of all time.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry, Walter. I know. I feel the reaction. I feel the stare from you
It's-
over there.
Whoa.
But I mean, he recruited the Outlaws to take some of the, some of the load. Pause. Like,
Hey, yo.
What the?
Whoa.
you know what I mean?
Take
Like,
some of the what?
Recruited him too.
Take the what and leave the what? What is going on?
listen.
Damn it, man.
So, you know what I mean? Hit him up did what it did to this day. You know what I mean? You got like white girls on TikTok dancing
Yeah.
to Hit him up. But
Yeah.
like,
Some
it's
of the
not going to
best
be in my
TikTok
top 5.
memes come from the ad-libs. You know what I mean?
That's fine. That's fine. But as a diss
Fat
record,
motherfucker.
if you
Yo.
going at your adversary, gotta go for Dolo. One-on-one.
Okay.
Mano a mano. You know what I mean? You can't have your weed carriers rapping along with you. I'm sorry.
He did say the little homies. He said,
I'm saying he said his little homie.
He did say that. so-
Tonight's entertainment.
Trying to get them some clout by going
Weed
after the
carriers?
best
What do you mean by
MC
that?
of the time. I'm sorry.
Yo.
So you're not gonna find Hit 'em up on my top 5.
Biggie was better than Nas at that point?
I want problems.
Biggie was better than Nas at that point, sir?
It was neck and neck. Neck and neck.
I put him in the corner there.
Yeah,
Neck and
yeah.
neck. Neck and neck.
I was like, where's this going?
I put him in the corner.
Yeah,
This
sis.
is an
Anyhow.
interesting list.
Very.
So
No hit him up. He
No
didn't
hit
even
'em up.
waste time. He let niggas know off rip. It's no hit 'em up.
absolutely not.
Crazy, son.
So now at my number 5, KRS-One, BDP, Boogie Down Productions. The bridge is over. I'll be frank. I was not really outside during this era. You know what I mean? Like, I delved into the hip hop landscape early 90s. So like this era, 88, 89, right? Not necessarily my era. But what I do know is that they had a back and forth, you know what I mean? A track. The Bridge is Over was the culmination of that battle, and that shit ended everything. On top of that, anytime that The Bridge Is Over comes on at a function, people lose their motherfucking minds. And it doesn't matter what age they are. Like from my experience, you know what I mean? It could be somebody my age, it could be somebody 10, 15 years older than me. It could be 10, 15 years younger than me. Like if you know the history of the South Bronx versus Queensbridge, you know what I mean? KRS-One versus MC Shan, that record is going to resonate. You know what I mean? And so that kind of impact this many years later, like what, 35 years later?
Yeah,
man.
It's got to be up there. You know what I mean?
Fair
so
enough.
so that's where I'm starting at with number 5. Number 4, Ice Cube taking down the entire remaining NWA
Okay.
with No Vaseline. When I tell you, like, I listen to this and this is just, it's scathing. It is no words minced, no emotions held back. Like, everybody gets to smoke. Like, everybody, the whole crew. It's one, and this is what I'm saying. Like, you have Hit 'Em Up where it's like a crew going at one guy. Or you could have Ice Cube, which is one guy going at an entire crew and taking them all out. And nobody came back from that. Not to that record. You know what I mean? That was clearly a W for Ice Cube. You know what I mean? So No Vaseline at my number 4. Number 3, might ruffle some feathers out there. I got Jay-Z Takeover.
Okay.
Now, you did hear me say you had to get a W out of the record.
Right.
He didn't get the W over Nas. Right?
Okay. No, you didn't.
Right?
That is your criteria.
All right. He did get the W over P, though.
True.
A caveat.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Little asterisk in there.
Yeah.
It was, you know what I mean? It was 2-pronged. I don't know if that deserves a pause. If y'all want to be sensitive about it.
That was a little crazy.
It would be Dini to say.
All right, for Dini.
Yeah. Proceed.
Just trying to let you live, you know what I mean?
So the diss record was 2-pronged. You know what I mean? One verse
Come
from
on, he
Q,
says it again.
one verse for Nas. Y'all said, the consensus said it was cool. So I'm going with it.
Man.
You know what I mean? Nas did what he did in return, but, and it pains me to say, and some people are going to get very upset by this. And I remember we had a guest one time where we kind of brought this up. We kind of alluded to like P not really being himself after Takeover and later in his career.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's the truth. You know what I mean? You had pre-Takeover Prodigy, and then you had post-Takeover Prodigy.
But he wrote that book, you know. And
yeah, I mean
a lot of theories about marble floor, checkerboard floors and shit like that. It's because
Illuminati
of Prodigy,
want my mind,
you know
soul
what I
in my
mean?
body. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? That's been P his entire career.
Yeah.
So that's fine. You know what I mean? But like,
Interesting.
number
Hov did
3?
what he did to P.
Interesting.
Takeover's third?
Takeover's 3.
Okay.
No Hit 'Em Up and Takeover's third. I'm
Yes.
interested in that.
Yo,
This is an interesting
number
vibe.
2,
Yeah.
son. Interesting.
So number 2, Nas Ether.
2.
At 2.
At 2.
What?
Very interesting.
Now,
Wow, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Nas fans everywhere.
Right?
I might not be beating my old allegations, the old allegations
Oh, you're
against
not.
me.
That's over with.
You know what I mean?
You're under the
That
jail.
I'm a fake Nas fan.
Yeah.
So those allegations are probably going to creep back up.
Those people don't watch us anymore, or they don't comment. One
I
or
see
the
the
other.
chat already. I
Hopefully
see the
both.
comments already. But look, I'm going with Nas at number 2. You know what I mean? He did what he did to Hov.
Right.
It took, you know what I mean? He had his 3-verse song. And to this day, Ether is synonymous with a roasting,
Yeah.
Yeah.
an absolute dismantling. You know what I mean?
Ass
People will
whooping.
take that instrumental. Some people will say like they don't like the beat, the instrumental was whack. Like, what is you even talking about? Like, people will take that instrumental today and throw it on a video where somebody is getting roasted the fuck
We know
out of them.
about that.
I've done it.
You know what I mean?
We know a little something about that.
Hey. So Ether stands in the pantheon of hip hop and diss records as an elite record. You know what I mean? And the consensus says he came away with the W. I'm sorry, J fans. I'm sorry, Dog.
It's okay.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
He came away with that W.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So Ether is up there. But not at number 1, though.
What's number 1, man?
I'm going with you, Mase.
What's the vibes?
Pusha T, Story of Adidon.
Wow.
I agree, man.
What?
I was worried it was gonna be the control verse for a second, but I'm
Oh
happy
my
about
God.
this.
Niggas would have cut the
That was a
microphone
feature.
off.
That was another caveat. No feature verses
Like
on
that
it. It had
verse,
to be
maybe.
your record.
I wasn't sure.
You know what I mean? So no feature verses.
Saying had caveats.
So you had your own
caveats.
set of rules specifically.
I had my own set of rules
Got it.
because I'm the snob. You know what I mean? I got it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Respect.
Every man has a code.
What can I say about the Story of Adidon? Like, Maze pretty much covered it, but there is a level of sinister sort of energy to it. There is a level of cutting beneath several surfaces. There is a level of reading somebody for filth. There is a level of, let's be honest, research that was done to make sure that
He had the answers right in front of him.
All right,
Ye
but
was
like-
right there.
but the way that it was crafted, you know what I mean?
Okay, that's fair.
And
Yeah.
I want to bring up real quick just the first several lines of this. Drug dealing aside, ghostwriting aside. So already he lobbed a diss at Drake, but said, all right, this is a diss, but we're gonna push this aside. Like this isn't even what I'm talking about right now. We already know you had ghostwriters. That's established. But we're gonna put that aside. So there's deeper levels of dismantling that I want to do with this record. Let's have a heart-to-heart about your pride. And that word pride can mean Drake's own internal pride, his ego, or his family. And so then he goes in and dismantles his entire family line. Bro,
The line about your fro went napping up.
even though
A
you're
Steve Harvey
and
suit nigga made him.
And
is
here's
crazy.
the thing that really got me, like the third line in, even though you're multi, I see that your soul don't look alive. And to me, as a fan looking in, that's always been how I've seen Drake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Always, you know what I mean, trying to like compensate for some type of emptiness that he feels inside with, you know, all the accolades, all the number ones, all these girls, but never the girl that he actually wants. So, you know what I mean? And then for Pusha T to continue on and let the entire world know, not only does he have a child that he's hiding, but the girl that he ended up having a child with, a
Do a
porn
little
star?
porno.
Bro,
Shouts to Sophie.
Hiding
there
the kid
there
from the
is
world.
a
She fire though. I ain't mad at you. Aubrey.
no. She's fired. But like, for somebody that makes an entire career out of looking for love, and that's who you not. Come on.
It's a little crazy.
Pussy was probably fire.
And so
Sometimes you
Pusha
can't
T,
pull
to
out.
me,
You know
that's
how to. Everybody know how
that's
to.
the
act.
Sometimes you be in that thing and that shit feeling immaculate.
Let's
You're not
be-
pulling out.
Let's be honest.
that-
bro.
The
that-
population
that's-
continues because of
that's-
that line.
that's
You know what
fine.
I mean?
That's entirely fine. But considering Drake's whole persona,
Chatty boys
for
getting
that
at
to
it.
be
Come
his
on
actual
now.
story,
Central tell a story. We here chatting.
I'm just saying, like Pusha T is a whole different type of a whole different type of devil when it comes
Maniacal.
to diss records.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
a surgeon.
So I have to give him his flowers
Yeah.
for Story About It on the number one diss of all time.
I respect that. You know, I gotta give my 5.
Yeah, John,
Yeah,
what's
man.
The word, man.
But I
We
gotta,
waiting on it.
I gotta give Sincere his flowers for that breakdown because a personal dissection of Drake on an emotional, personal, spiritual, popularity wise, he filleted this kid.
Covered
You know
all
what I mean? You
Let's
know,
be real.
Well done, Sin. Flowers to you. I'm gonna go in a little bit of a different direction. I think my five has a little bit of my youth, because my youth is where I really fell in love with it, and also a blend of, what I think stands the test of time.
Okay.
So for number 5, I'm going to 50 Cent. I'm surprised nobody on this panel chose 50. You know
right.
what I mean?
Which one?
Right.
Back Down.
Okay.
Back Down. You know what it is? And we always talk about on the Rap Roundtable loosely. There was a certain feeling in New York City. I can't speak to out of town because I wasn't there. But in New York, we were tired of Ja. I was young. I had the conversations. I had the debates. My friends loved D-Block. They loved Rockefeller. They loved some West Coast shit. I had a homie named Warren who was big West Coast, big nigga from Brooklyn, but he loved the West Coast, loved them niggas. You know what I'm saying? We had niggas who love the Hot Boys. We had niggas who love motherfucking Master P and them niggas. But shit, niggas like JT Money and them niggas. You know what I'm saying? But they did not like Ja Rule. Of course, we got the Hov and the Nas debates. Where we all connected in our rap arguments was we did not fuck with Ja. Nelly got more love in rap conversations than Ja Rule.
Where's Ja?
You know what I'm saying? We did not fuck with this guy because we watched Ja Rule come in with Can I Get Her? We didn't do the Nas. We was fucking 16, 17, 18. We didn't give a fuck about what he was doing beforehand, but we knew he came in on Can I Get Her? He was doing his holla shit.
People don't remember Cash Money Clip
Come
at
on.
all.
Come on.
Nah.
We remember the early days of Murder Inc. They was doing gangster rap. They was New York. They was East Coast gangster rap. And then one day he's fucking doing melodies with J-Lo. And it's like, who the fuck is this nigga? And then he's fucking doing shit with Lil Mo. And it's like, yo, what's up with this nigga? Like, really, what niggas call selling out, we looked at Ja Rule.
Right.
Ja Rule went ultra
He
commercial.
was in New York sellout.
That's why when Irv go on Drink Champs and he talk about, we sold this and we sold that, we didn't love it.
Y'all wasn't a part of the argument.
DMX moved you in his rapping. Hov moved you in his rapping. You wanted to be in that triumvirate with DMX and Hov, but you were fucking making sing-songy radio records that got more play on Z100 than Hot 97. You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
So when 50 came out, and I didn't know what was going on at first, but then once word got out that he had beef with Ja, and he was on some street shit, and he threw a little bit of sprinkling of that Southern energy with Wankster and all of that shit. Like, who the fuck? Poorer the Rich and all that. I used to listen. I forgot who had a show. It used to be Sunday night on Hot 97. And that was the first time I really heard 50. I forgot who was doing the show. I wish I could remember right now. But there was a Sunday night show before Bobby Connors and Jabba where they would do little mixtape radio shit. And I heard fucking Wankster for the first time, or Poorer and Richard for the first time. Then you get the little sprinklings of the beef. Then you get the back down, and it was the shit. What 50 did more than anything else was embody how a lot of us felt about Ja in real time. You were a sellout. You might be tough. Murder Inc. might be the most street niggas. They might have poked up 50 in the studio and all that other shit. But on the radio and the public perception, you were a sellout.
Yeah.
And 50 was the ultra street nigga who came outside, spoke for all of us, mocked these sellouts, and did it with a record named Back Down, where he was talking that real shit. And even in the little breaks between the verses, talking that little shit. Really, it was, I keep using the word mockery because it was like, he did not respect Ja.
Nah, he was, though.
He didn't respect Murder Inc. And he came to move them niggas completely out of the way. And I was completely, when I say here for, nigga, if you're from New York City and you of a certain age, Back Down was getting played at parties, nigga.
Yeah.
Nah, it was disrespectful. Didn't he say some shit like, "Hey, I ain't gonna tell nobody you pussy" or some shit like that?
Come
Like,
on, son. 50 back
nigga was
around.
bugging,
you know
bro.
what I mean? Like, what you mean?
You little dirty ass kids.
Yeah.
I'll fucking erase them.
Come
Like 50 was going
on.
off.
A bully.
50 was going off.
So for me, no, and that right, it was
50 has never changed.
He's
Yo,
the
Not
same
one
nigga.
iota.
To this day.
He's the same nigga.
Real
It
nigga.
was like he embodied menacing, bullying, artistic capability, and just understanding the moment with that wave in them particular records.
With a
So
twist
yeah.
of comedy.
Yeah.
there you go. So number 5, Back Down. Number 4, y'all might be mad at me, but it's okay. We gotta call it what it is. Back to Back belongs on this list.
Good call.
Back to Back because there was no real chinks in Meek Mill's armor to that point.
Yeah, he was winning.
Granted, Meek Mill was like one of them boxers that you knew weren't that good, but he had a title belt and he fought exciting fights. Which you knew if he went up against the wrong nigga, kind of like Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, he was gonna get up out of there bad. But we rode the wave because he fought exciting fights. We liked Meek. There was nothing about Meek that made you feel like you had to dislike Meek. Right. He got Nicki. We was happy when he got Nicki. But when he got Nicki, shit started to get a little weird.
A little shaky.
You know what I mean? Then he did a love song with Nicki, and we was like, that's not the Meek we like. we like street Meek.
Hold on, wait a minute, Meek.
He probably felt like he won as soon as he got
all right.
Nicki.
You go.
Might have been crushing for years.
Who wouldn't, man?
You think about it. On one of the hottest labels at the time, the hottest female act at the time wanted to date you, and y'all was in a whole relationship. You got Safari out the way. You know what I mean? You had records. Meek was a household name, I could argue. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was a voice of a generation. Them young niggas love Meek. Are you kidding me? They love Meek. I worked in a high school during that time. Them kids love Meek.
Yeah.
So it's like Meek Mill was in a situation where it was like he was in a win-win. Then the allegations dropped, right?
No hashtag this time.
And the thing is, in the history of that beef, the one thing that never gets reported about or talked about enough is the fact that Drake jumped out the window first coming off of them allegations. Mm-hmm. The reason there is a back-to-back is because Drake was defensive enough that he felt like he had to get in front of said allegations. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking in real time, Meek is bugging. Drake is bugging. You don't jump out the window against a Meek Mill because Meek had the streets. Meek had the believability. He had everything you need to beat a guy like Drake because the streets never loved Drake. Mm-hmm. So I was thinking, why the fuck is Drake jumping out the window like this? What is he doing? He's leaving himself as a moving, open target for a guy with all the momentum at the time. And I didn't even like the first joint that he dissed Meek. And I don't even think Drake liked the first joint where he dissed Meek. I think there was a congruence of events that led to back-to-back. But then when back-to-back did happen, whoa!
4 days later.
A good morning, man.
Is it your girl tour? Is it a world tour or your girl's tour? Why would you talk to me like that?
If I had a nickel for every woman I've seen utter that bar, like that's a bar for like the ladies, bro.
We've been talking about it. I've been waiting 5 days, nigga. Where y'all at?
Classic ball, man.
The nigga, the shit, the rhyme scheme with the plays, like the again going back to mockery, because at this point, Drake knew in that moment that if Meek didn't drop in them 5 days, he had nothing for him. So he jumped at the opportunity to pound him out. So it's like when I hit pause. Yeah, you right. Hey, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I mean? I should be ejected right now. What's the matter with me? You know what I mean? I'm sorry. And I was gonna keep talking like shit didn't even happen. You know what I mean?
That's what you're supposed to do, though. You know what I mean?
You're right. So it's like that shit happens. If y'all didn't see it, I didn't realize how bad it was. So y'all said
Sim was aware.
But it's like you do all of these things. You drop the records, fire. Like I'm here for it. And the thing is, we of a certain ilk, we love this shit. But even with all of that, I believe that Meek was in prime position to get Drake out of here.
Still,
a lot of y'all probably don't even know this happened or don't remember. Meek told Flex that he had the record ready. Mm-hmm. Flex was gonna play it at 7:00. On a Monday, because I think back-to-back dropped on a Sunday
or a Saturday, Sunday.
It was a weekend.
Like
it was a weekend drop.
Yeah.
Flex said he was dropping it that Monday. That Monday rolled around, and Flex might as well have called out of work. We didn't hear his voice. We didn't hear nothing. It was just song. They played the top 40 rotation that Monday night.
Pump fake, man.
Because Meek didn't have the record. And then whenever the record did eventually drop, it was some random ass Jalil Beats, Undertaker theme music sample. I just want to know. I just want to know.
The way I had scrubbed that from my memory
I'll
till
never
just
forget
now.
it.
It's a horror story,
because,
right?
Bro,
because
that shit was
Meek
terrible.
Mill,
the whole city was waiting for that.
Bugged out.
Meek Mill had the most popular urban act in the world.
Yes.
Out and open. Scope. No defense. No bodyguards. Just you versus Drake. and you dropped I Just Wanna Know, the moment was too big. He pissed down his leg. Meek failed in that moment. Meek's failure made back-to-back hit even more because then it just showed that there was a clear level and divide in weight classes. So when niggas tell me shit about Drake and they say the pen is in question and the this and the that, I know that in real time, everybody swore to God that Meek was getting Drake out of there. And in fact, it was the opposite. Everybody swore to God that Common was going to get Drake out of there. And it was the opposite. Drake, when it's time to go to war, whether win or lose, even with the Pusha shit, nigga, Duppy happened.
Duppy freestyle was
It
crazy.
it was a good fight.
And let's be clear, Pusha definitely got the W as far as I'm concerned, but he far from got Drake out of here.
It was here you go.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, Drake is still obviously right here. So.
That guy.
That's why, just to tie everything in, y'all hype for this Kendrick and fucking Drake shit. It's not gonna be a walk in the park. Drake liked this shit. You know what I'm saying? For you to drop 2 records in a week, and the one be better than the other, and then Meek Mill folded. Y'all don't say that enough. Meek folded in the moment.
J. Cole style.
Come on.
Cole status.
The original Cole.
Job, they got bodied by a singing nigga.
And he admitted it in his own bars. Again, back to back belongs in every single conversation that involves diss records. And it was played at parties. You in the fucking spot, right? You having a blast. You Meek Mill. You rubbing on Nicki ass. Boom, 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 boom. It's a party record.
Nah, they ain't gonna know.
Meek got bodied so bad that when he finally came back to flex, when the coast was clear, what did he do? He freestyled on the back-to-back beat and said, "You got one over on me on that one." Admitted defeat on flex.
That's the beginning of the end for Meek, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
And see, and when people think that we're overreacting to what J. Cole is doing right now,
this is why.
Look what happened to Meek Mill.
Never the same.
Come on.
That's a precautionary tale.
Could you imagine Hove doing a freestyle on High 97 over
the ether beat?
Are you fucking kidding me? Like, what?
Biggie rhyming over hit him up, nigga. Like, what the fuck?
You got me
like,
on
yo,
it
Pac, you got me on that one, Pac.
I'm saying, you got me on it
Rest
at the
in
end.
peace to both.
Nah, never.
Yes, sir. 2 legends.
Moving on to number 3.
Damn it.
With all of that said about Orbs,
We got Joe.
you cannot leave Pusha T out of this conversation.
Oh, man.
But it is not Adidon for me. It's not infrared.
Oh, I was. That's what I was
It's
thinking.
Exodus 23:1. The boogeyman aesthetic that we live through to this very day. When it comes to Pusha T, it's that when I say he cleared hip hop out with that record, Lil Wayne was on top of the world. Lil Wayne didn't respond because what could he say?
That was
People forget that part of the Duppy freestyle was that Drake picked up the baton from Exodus years ago.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Exodus enough. She got a video. You signed to another nigga that signed to another nigga.
Gritty video,
Bro,
too, bro.
in peak blog era diss. When I say the shit got quiet, there was no interviews about it. It was almost like Young Money said, "Yo, don't ask this nigga nothing about Pusha T."
Wow.
Exodus happened. No one. It was not even no fly talk. It wasn't a sub on Twitter. It was no nothing. Niggas cleared out and shut the actual fuck up.
You right, because it's so close to being a scrubbing from the history, because people don't really bring it up like that.
But niggas who love hip hop hold
They
that
know,
shit
they
so
know.
high. Like, good call,
right,
Joe.
Bro, he read
down.
Wayne on that. And that was coming off the heels of all, because the thing about that Wayne and Pusha beef was the fact that it was a whisper campaign. It wasn't it wasn't Ja and 50. It wasn't Hove and Nas. It was things, if you were locked into the culture, you knew that it was static. But they never really addressed it. You had the Mr. Me Too's. You had Gilly getting caught up in the rapture. Because part of Gilly's beef with Wayne was because of the shit that started with Pusha and them niggas. All of this shit is connected. So when Exodus dropped, he was like, "Oh, we about to get some action." And then Wayne said nothing.
No mas.
What? You say you're just not gonna address it? That's another reason why I can't take Wayne seriously. A nigga called you out in a big moment in time and you said nothing. He said that he called you a doja. For all intents and purposes, you were a worker calling yourself a boss and you didn't fight back. Therefore, he's right. Drake, that's why, again, when y'all talk about Drake bad, Drake was the only nigga who had the balls to get in the ring and push him. Who else did?
That's a fact.
That is a fact.
He bodied him so bad, not to walk or Jaw. Jaw might have been about to mention this. He bodied him so bad, all Wayne did was tweet, fuck Pusha T and anybody who love him. Do you remember that? Y'all remember that?
I didn't even remember that. I didn't remember that.
Fuck Pusha T and anybody who love him. That was like the famous tweet afterwards.
And thing is, no one
That's
talks
what J.
about
Cole
that.
should've
I
did.
didn't remember it because we wanted
remember
bars.
that,
I didn't remember that shit. I just wrote him off like, fuck Wayne, you don't want to rap? This nigga just called you
Nigga
out.
was pissed off, Jaw.
I'll be, nigga, do you heard that record?
He knew what he was doing.
And that was when he just signed the Ye. That was I think that was one of his big records coming into the good music
That
experience.
2012 run.
Number 2. So now we got my favorite beef of all time. Nas versus Hov.
Yep.
It don't get no better than if I could go back in a time warp and live that time, all the records. That's my favorite time in rap.
Great arguments.
You know what I'm saying? And thing is, I argued because Hov got beat. You know what I'm saying? Super Ugly did happen, and he failed his mission. What he thought would happen didn't happen. You know what I mean? And he didn't apologize to Nas. Stop lying, Ebro. You know what I mean? He apologized to Carmen. He apologized to his moms. He apologized to the families involved. Yeah. But he said, if Nas wanted to say certain shit to me about certain shit, then I'm going to say certain shit to him. He never apologized to Nas. That is a made-up rap narrative. You know what I mean?
Dick sucking lips?
Yeah, I mean.
And drag everybody?
That's not my argument. You know what I mean?
Sheesh.
Hold my God, but that's not my argument. You know what I mean?
Still needs to pause.
I felt
You handle that, Sean.
You know, if this is chess, you checkmated yourself with Super Ugly. You know what I mean? Nevertheless, Takeover happened, Ether happened. Cool. I've said what I had to say about Ether, but for me, it was always last real nigga alive. Last real nigga alive is the exclamation point of that whole situation.
Yep.
You can have your ethers, you can have your takeovers, you can have your don't you knows, you can have your Stillmatic freestyles, you can have it all. The Super, you can have it all. But me personally, when I hear last real nigga alive, and I always say with Nas, is comfortable within his skin, and he's puffing his chest out, and he's surveying the landscape, and he's telling you what's going on in real time through his raps. That song right there. That's the record. What could Hov say after that?
It takes a special kind of MC to make a diss record out of a story record.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
To say Jay wanted my spot. I laugh, stay home, never hung a lot. That's
Good
crazy.
call. Yeah, that's a good call.
The way the cinematic nature of Jay trying to sneak attack.
Yeah.
Like he could have just said this, but like he really again, I don't like this guy in this moment, but I'm engrossed in everything he had to say.
And a
He
story.
gave you a whole movie.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And Nas is probably his best skill is creating cinematic stories out of the bars. You know what I mean?
Visuals, man.
In 02, he wasn't no better than that in 02. That's Get Down. That's motherfucking like he was in his peak at that point, bro.
That's
rewind.
When niggas talk about
come on.
Stillmatic and Godson, I always say I go Godson because it's like I was listening because I was locked in. I was hate listening. I'm like, this nigga beating Jay. Fuck this nigga. But this album is fire. You know what I mean?
Great
Yo.
album.
So
Yo.
there you go. That's number 2 for me. Last
call.
real nigga alive.
Good
That's
call.
the exclamation point. Fuck off to
I
everybody.
gotta hit number 1 now.
But with all that said, one hot album every 10-year average is the number one in Takeover. I'm a set trip, but I'm a set trip only a little bit. We still gang. We still put the diamonds up over here.
You
It's
feel me?
Takeover. And it's like, it pains me because Prodigy is my guy.
Shouts to P.
I didn't, you know,
Where's the
again.
soundboard? Can I borrow the soundboard
Yeah,
for
bro.
a second?
Do you do what you got to do,
Yeah,
bro?
yeah.
Send
Yeah,
about
there
the
you
cook
go.
real quick.
Thank you.
Send about
I
the
mean,
cook.
just hit that X real
Yeah,
quick. You know what I
man.
mean? Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, get your bars off.
Yeah, I mean, I just felt like Takeover in that moment and for hip hop. Yeah. There you go.
Precision time. He waited for it.
Hey man, I got in my whole list. So Job, you can eat on one, bro.
Take over shook the room.
It did.
Take over.
Get rid of this guy.
Yeah. It did what it needed to do.
The rabbit got the gun.
We don't have this podcast without takeover, nigga. It ain't no rap round table. It ain't no Nas and Hov debates without takeover.
You ain't capping.
listen.
You ain't capping.
The man has a point.
That's where it
right?
started.
Hey.
You know what I mean?
He came with his
ain't
reasons.
capping.
Summer Jam doesn't become what it becomes without takeover.
No cap.
Niggas who came to the next year's Summer Jam hoping for some more bullshit because of Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
Let's be honest.
Summers.
In the
be
moment
honest.
that takeover dropped before Nas fought back, takeover was saying what a lot of niggas were saying quietly about Nas in real time. Not the Nas fans, but the casual observer was like, where the fuck is Nas at? You know what I mean?
No. I'll be completely transparent right now. Even as a Nas fan, diehard
They
Nas
don't care what you got to say.
No, I understand, but even as a diehard Nas fan,
Allegedly.
allegedly, I'm not being the allegations today, but Takeover did not feel good in real time in that moment. It felt dangerous. It felt dare I say catastrophic. Like it felt like shit. He might have a point. He just came off of I Am and Nostradamus. If Stillmatic had not happened,
Yeah, it's been ugly.
listen,
ugly.
but Stillmatic happened.
Smart
Anything
enough,
happened.
Nas.
So
Sin making
Yeah.
a good point. He know what Takeover feel like. Job know what Ether feel like. I know what Story of Adidon feel like. Deanie know what all of them feel like.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Shit, man.
You know what I mean? And it's like, it was just a moment, bro. And it's like, let's be clear. I didn't have no problems with Nas until Ether dropped. Ether's real, all my static began. I'm like, oh, Hov just beefing. To me, that was just the next nigga Hov was beefing with. Because remember during that time, what niggas don't talk about enough is from like 99 to 02, there's a lot of niggas beefing with Jay-Z. He was at war with a
Everybody.
lot
Yeah.
of the
Everybody.
niggas like
Mace.
J.O. Felony was getting throwaway bars. You know what I mean?
Felony.
DMX sent balls this way.
All right.
Yeah.
Kiss the locks.
Kiss was sending balls this way.
Beans and Kiss was originally Hov and Kiss.
I remember an infamous Styles bar at J that was going around mixtape. You know what I mean? Your bosses saw something like that. That was like a
You
famous
had the
mixtape
Mind
line.
Right remix when he was dissing Rich and Poe.
Right, and then the sister was going at Jay on a K Slay mixtape.
bro.
That's a fact.
Jay was at war with a lot of niggas. So it was like when the shit first dropped, I'm like, all right, whatever. This is Nas. You know what I mean? Nas ain't doing nothing. I mean, at that point, he wasn't doing nothing. That's how I felt.
It was a while. It was a while. But
I'm telling you what 16-year-old me was thinking.
What was this? 99? You saying?
Like 2000.
2000.
I did like You Won't See Me Tonight. I did like, but it but the
2000
street,
was a quiet year for me.
but the narrative,
Nas is like the year before.
the narrative at the lunch table was he wasn't popping like that. You know what I mean?
Well,
was
I mean,
tending
this
to his
is
mom.
where I give Jay the credit of dropping year after year. Every single year, I owned, how many summers he said I owned 7 summers. You know what I mean? Like dropping year after year. That's the blueprint that our rappers carry to this day. Like you
Drake?
gotta, you know what I mean? Lil Wayne carried that blueprint impeccably. You know what I
Drake?
mean? You gotta drop all the time.
Yeah,
Drake
that's
Drake,
dropping every
Drake,
year.
absolutely. for
And
sure.
that's
Jay
what,
Nas and Kendrick J.
that's what made
Every
his
year.
reaction to Takeover so sad. Because it's like, all right, you know what? I always say, like, if I fucked your bitch and I said I skeeted in your Jeep, left condoms on your baby seat,
Crazy.
in real life, I might have won that argument.
Yeah.
But in that
Absolutely
moment,
would've won that
you gotta
argument.
understand the moment. Niggas, Jay was already losing New York at that point. A lot of the blueprint, the narrative was like Heart of the City and shit like that. He was already mad that niggas was fucking with him because he felt like he was too money related. I got you, Sin. He was too money driven. So when you drop Super Ugly, when niggas already think that you disconnected, not disconnected, but what's the word when you not like really locked in? We say it about him right now. Like, fuck it. We'll get back to that.
Thinking not on the post kind of thing.
Basically, your fingers
not tapped in.
Not tapped in.
Yeah.
It's like, if you not tapped in, then you do Super Ugly when the city's already not fucking with you. What did you think was gonna happen? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This nigga saying you a tie boho, saying you got dick sucking lips, clowning you and Dame, and you figured niggas was gonna sanction you saying you fucked this bitch. You supposed to attack him directly, not some shit
Right.
that you was
Bars.
hinting at years prior. Go ahead, son.
Yeah, no, and I want to piggyback off that because and I seen this on Twitter like a couple days ago, and I almost responded to it, and I'm like, I'm very careful about what I respond to on Twitter these days. You know, with all these blue checks out there and whatever, engagement farming. Notice we don't have no blue check because we don't fuck with it.
Because I'm not paying for something for free.
Exactly.
You dig?
But yeah, it was like, was that a Nas diss or was that a Carmen diss?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like it was a Nas diss.
No. Listen, hear me out.
Who was Carmen? That's all that matters.
Right. Hear me out.
Here's our most recent. All of us argue with.
It wasn't a Rockefeller come through thing.
Hear me out.
You little out your mind, nigga.
Hear me out.
Don't let the nine nigga put you out your mind,
I don't know about anybody else.
Just rhyme, nigga.
I don't know about anybody else, but I've definitely been in a personal situation where I've had a child with somebody that the relationship has ended, and I don't really give a fuck what she does after that. You know what I mean? So to me, looking at it from like how Nas might have been looking at it, like fucking comment. Like I had a baby with her. I beefed it already.
Yeah.
I'm past that. You getting my sloppy seconds. Like, if I'm Nas, I may not care about those balls.
That's why New York responded the way they responded.
But I get that.
There's
but why was
there.
I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker, the hardest bard of all time?
Well, that's why I hit him.
Are you saying Jay-Z played the Tupac card?
But that's you personally, Thin. But
that's why I hit him up is not in my top 5.
It's not in yours, but you have to admit, amongst the public, everybody think that's the greatest thing of all time. Whenever somebody disses somebody, I seen Cat Williams dissing people, and they played Hit 'Em Up afterwards, bro. Like, why was that? What's the disconnect there?
They didn't want. They was tired. Again, we gotta tell the truth.
And I'm the pot guy.
In real time, niggas was tired of Jay-Z at the time. And for you to play that card with a nigga like Nas, because the thing is, there's a lot of niggas in rap that people don't universally love. Nas is in that rare air where it's like he gets universal acclaim.
Facts.
So you can't play the I fucked your bitch card with Nas. Because of the common man, Nas was minding his business and Jay dropped Takeover. Niggas didn't do the knowledge until years after the fact that they was scrapping for years.
Right.
So the common fan says Nas is minding his business. He drops Takeover from this. I got you, Sam. This arrogant rich nigga. Because remember, Jay's all about money.
Yeah.
This arrogant rich nigga's doing this shit. He gets punched in the mouth by Nas, and then the arrogant rich nigga says, "I fucked your bitch." Like, the fuck out of here. And like eat the goddess. That's how they looked at it.
But there is a section of the culture that, like, the I fucked your bitch pretty much is the end all and be
all
of
the
shit.
shit.
I'm niggas.
Like,
I skeeted in your Jeep, left condoms in your baby. It's crazy.
I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
That's all there is.
Words, and you are hiding a child afterwards were the hardest shit ever. But somehow
Here's
whack.
how I took it. Nas was the third person he was dissing on that. He dissed Carmen and the baby, which was Destiny.
Damn it!
Like,
we're blacking that out.
It's Nas in it. Destiny already lived through it, bro. It's okay.
Destiny's grown.
Beautiful young lady.
Yeah,
there is.
Yo, it's lovely.
Yo, how did we get here?
Hey,
you gotta delete that part.
Hey,
yeah, you know what I mean?
Hey, girl.
But also, jeez. But also, Nas was not just minding his business. The Stillmatic freestyle happened. Like,
but you know that. I'm talking about the casual observer didn't know that.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, if you're new to hip hop and you're digging back 20 years,
a lot of these niggas are.
Yeah, you might not know.
Bro, so I'm saying, like, the heads knew the warfare. The people who just tuning in and just hearing about rap beef that's just getting reported on by MTV News, they don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? So again, when Jay starts talking about niggas' baby moms, like, what is this fucking guy doing? Why would he do that to Nas? Nas is a great guy. They don't know the warfare that's involved. They don't know the shit date back to 96 with these niggas. They don't know that.
Yeah.
Somehow that's worked in every other instance in the history of rap other than that.
Everyone, right?
Yeah, but again, it goes back to the person
That's
involved.
crazy.
Nas has a certain level of valor and respect that a lot of artists don't have. Drake don't have that valor and respect.
Of course. A lot of niggas didn't, apparently. Biggie didn't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of niggas,
if you rap about money and you're too rich, certain niggas don't like that shit.
I still think Nas won with Ether, clearly.
Yeah.
I was never one of those Takeover was secretly better than, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying something like,
Yo, why
it's
don't you
just
put my
crazy.
name on it? Don't sub me. I'm sitting right across from you, nigga. What the fuck? I'm sitting right
him
here.
I was
Just
never
at
one
me,
of those.
bro.
At Jars.
I was never one of those Mets hat wearing weirdos, okay? You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm just saying, it just seemed like it Nas won, but it definitely seemed like niggas was just against Jay at that point, bro.
Facts.
Like, because
They were just winning too much at that time.
listen,
They winning
man.
for a really
And
long time.
celebrating way
Listen,
too
man.
much.
Winning for a really long time.
They love that ASAP Rocky just said I fucked Drake baby mama first. And niggas was like, yeah, that's
Oh,
it, bro. That's it. Fuck
There's
that
power in
light-skinned
that
beige
statement.
nigga.
I hate it, bro.
Like,
There's
what
power.
the fuck? It worked every other time.
Every
but
other
that.
time.
Every other
That,
time.
that
in
usually
rap
was the
history.
thing that kept you quiet. Like, I thought, oh, you got it.
Right.
You got-
Right.
you got-
I would shut the fuck up.
You got it, bucko. But we got to move on. You know what I mean? Real quick, my 5, Back Down from 50 Cent. Back to Back by Aubrey.
Good list,
Exodus 23-1, Pusha T. Last Real Nigga Alive, Nas. Jay-Z Takeover.
Good list.
My
Everybody
five.
has some good lists, man.
Just to recap, KRS-One /BDP, The Bridge is Over. Ice Cube, No Vaseline. Jay-Z, Takeover, 3rd. Pusha T, Story of Adidan, number 2. And Nas, Ether, number 1.
There you go.
On the
There
recap
you go.
again, number 5, second round knockout.
You didn't even
Cannabis.
notice I switched it around because he put Takeover at 1.
Number 4,
You
story
piece
of
shit.
Adidas.
I didn't notice that. I didn't.
I didn't either.
But now we have balance at the table.
There we
You know what I mean?
It's like.
Number 3, hit 'em up. Number 2, the bridge is over. Number 1, Ether.
And my 5, Rap Devil, MGK 5, 300 bars, game 4, The Truth by Gucci Mane at 3, Back to Back Drake 2, and Story of Adidan, number 1.
Let's
Yes,
move
sir.
on. Chat,
Good-
y'all know what to do.
Good segment, fellas.
Put your top
Yes, sir.
5 disc records in the chat. Actually, put it in the comment section. The best 5 will be highlighted on a mailbag for episode 96 when we move on. Sticking with the disc records.
Good shit, yeah.
Real quick, Sincere found a post. I want to get this person name respect. It was Pigs and Plans. I don't know what the science
Pigs
is
and
behind it.
Planes.
Nigga, it's
Oh, it's Pig and Plans? My fault.
Plan.
I
Ain't no
could-
E on that bitch.
My fault, my fault.
You know what I mean? It's Pigs and Plans.
My
You know what I
bad.
mean? Explain your name, ma'am or sir.
Well, it's because there's Pigeons and Planes that it's like a real platform.
Oh.
That's why I confused it. Got
So it says choose 3 to help you make the greatest diss track of all time. So Rap Roundtable, what we're gonna do as a family here is we're gonna pick 3 artists. It could be any 3. We can repeat picks as well. It's just your personal 3. If you had your backs are against the wall, your record label is under fire, and you need these 3 artists to come together and make the best diss record possible to fight back against your rivals. So say the Rap Snob, you go first with this.
All right. Yeah, I'm starting Pusha T
Okay.
first and foremost. He has a level of sinister that I think is unique to him. Let's see. I'm gonna go 50, number 2.
Good pick.
And then 3rd, fuck it. I'm gonna go with Nas.
That's a strong 3.
That's a strong 3.
You might not lose with that 3.
And to be perfectly real about this, I almost went with Jay-Z because Jay-Z I feel like has had more experience. You know what I mean? We talked about it earlier, going at like DMX, Styles, Jada, J.O. Felony, Mase. He's had a lot of experience, but
Jay got a lot of OWs.
yeah, but P, you know what I mean?
A lot of warfare.
But Nas, you know what I mean? That's my guy. I'm gonna stick with him.
I'm not mad at that.
Okay. Mesito, you're 3.
I'm gonna go with Nas as well, man. Like, man's beat Jay-Z in his prime in the battle, bro.
Right.
So me, I need Nas on verse 1, verse 2. I need Nas just talking wild shit. I need Pac on there. If niggas don't know, the fuck Jay-Z at the beginning of Ether is a Pac sample. Fuck Jay-Z, he broke, I smoke daily. That's a Pac sample at the beginning of Ether. So
Yeah.
Pac and Nas right off of there, you know what I mean? I need Nas spitting on the first two verses. I need Pac spitting on the last verse and popping his shit at the end of the record. You know what I mean? And then listen, I need Azalea Banks writing IG stories. You know what I mean? Running down your whole life, telling you, you know what I mean, doing all type of voodoo on your family. You know what I mean? Letting you know that maybe your uncle might like guys. You know what I'm saying?
We didn't explain it. But
Azalea Banks be going
you're
crazy,
not limited
bro.
to just these 9.
That 9 was fine for me though. That's what I'm saying.
All right.
Like I didn't need anybody else, man. So we need Nas breaking down the science to why you a bitch ass nigga. Pac talking about all the diseases that your family carries, and then Azalea Banks putting voodoo on you and a hex on your mama to make sure that you can't return with nothing. All right, and I'm done. We out of here.
Shit. Go ahead, DB.
Mace for the win.
Yo, so we need an architect, and my architect will be Pusha T. He will be the one to lay the groundwork around all the drama. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Now I need my lighter. I need my fuel. Pac is my fuel.
Come on.
You get what I'm saying? Like, if the drama's on outside of 50, the drama gonna be on till somebody die. So I think that'll be a good way. And I'm gonna have to go with Escobar. The purest, maybe the purest nigga is with this shit. And I mean, we seen what Ether did. We seen what Last One Nigga Alive did.
Come on.
Like, I mean,
Stillmatic.
shit. Even this shit. What's the shit when my nigga did put the cap on the barrel mouth till the scalp come out? You a kid, you don't live what you rap about. Like Nas got a lot of dick, so
yeah,
I would go with Escobar.
All right. So for me, obviously we're gonna go with the Jigga Man because he knows how to throw those darts.
The sub god.
He throws those darts that like more so than Drake. Drake got it from him. You could argue that Hove got it from Biggie, as far as lineage goes with the subliminal bars.
Yeah.
But Hove know how to say the thing that gets you right there, like, whoa, like, all right, fuck this guy. You know what I mean?
Provocative.
Yeah.
Gets the people going.
It be shit that you don't even know is a diss until like, some person who's really plugged in tells you, like, you know he was talking to such and such. So of course we gotta go with Jay. I'm gonna go with Nicki Minaj too. Nicki's a live wire. You know what I'm saying? And it's like pre-Coke Nicki, allegedly.
Pre-Bigfoot.
Pre-Bigfoot. Cause Nicki, she's so petty. And she'll say the thing that's supposed to be said quietly very loud.
Petty knows no bounds.
And a diss record ain't nothing like some quality bars that shouldn't be said or a sub that's gonna stick like Hove. And then a loud woman be an extra petty on the back and like, fuck this, you know what I mean? And she gonna say the thing like if you beef with a nigga and she know a chick that the nigga fucked and said his situation ain't situating, she gonna say it. You know what I mean? And then of course we gotta close it out. We gonna stay in Queens with Esco. Cause Esco, again, when Esco gets active, when he's on his pacifist vibes, it's still dope. When he gets active, he's kind of like the balance. You know, Didi and Esco are the same side. So when you get him upset, he don't fight fair.
Yeah.
Real talk.
He's an honorable nigga. But once you get him mad,
Don't body yourself.
nothing is off the table. And he will say anything. Anything. So you got the petty chick, the nigga who will say the thing, and then you got the dude who's gonna piss you off in Jay-Z. Give me that. That's the three that's gonna get me up out of that situation.
Interesting threes, yeah.
You know what I mean? Petty, strategic, aggressive.
Right.
I'm good. You know what I mean?
That's a good combination.
One of my favorite Nas bars, I just want to interject real quick, on Star Wars. I think it was on Star Wars. Where he said, he was talking about Hov, and he was like, him and his co-defendants, I eat them like Lucky Charms with 2% low-fat milk,
5% pro-black built.
5% pro-black built. So it's like he went from the smoke to being righteous.
Yeah.
And like,
Back to back.
Talk.
you know what I mean?
Talk.
Nas
ain't
is
mad
one
at
of
it,
one.
man.
Jigga want the
I
crown,
ain't
how
mad
that
at
sound
it.
poor thing.
This
Yeah.
nigga was in. This nigga
so
was on
crazy.
105 talking about looking flex, man. Look at his face. Like
It's
that's my
disgusting.
thing. My team. I got Pac and Nas. Them interviews is gonna be crazy. Like I'm gonna be honest. Like the propaganda we gonna spew against Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj in our interviews is gonna be kind of crazy, Joe.
what
I'm
was-
sorry.
During the
I'm
Cam
sorry.
during the Cam Smoke interviews with Nas.
I'm sorry.
Noriega.
You might win the interviews. But when Azalea Banks start getting crazy, then Nicki say her
She's
pussy
different.
stink or some crazy shit. Then what? You know what I'm saying?
Azalea might lean into that.
She do
though,
Queen
bro.
Radio
man.
and talk about Azalea Banks' bad weaves and the fact that she fucked the whole industry. Allegedly. I don't know anything about it. I'm just saying,
different.
That's what Nicki would say. She would say, you fucked all these niggas, you don't got no hits,
Oh,
your weaves are bad.
man.
What's gonna happen?
Azalea
Azalea will
smashed
walk into
Elon,
that,
so
though.
maybe we could delete Nicki's X
What?
page.
And then Nicki gonna say you smashed Elon and got no bread. So then what happened? You know what I mean?
This is true. This is true.
Damn.
This
Nicki's
is true.
to me,
Somebody
Nicki,
get Pac. The full form need to make sure the kids don't grow.
Azalea got.
and Pac, and let's
We
be
don't.
clear.
We can't. We
And
cooked
let's
out
be
here,
clear.
man.
Let's be clear. Nas was ready for Pac in '96.
Listen, man, you got Nas, not Keefy D, y'all. We
Shit,
good,
D.
man. We good over here. We wasn't worried about no Nas shit.
All right. See, it's going left. But we gotta move on.
That's
So
what
you know,
we do, y'all. That's what we do.
if you've noticed, this episode has been about an hour or so in,
Sheesh.
and we have not mentioned the person who had the worst week ever name. But there was no way we was gonna get through this in studio without mentioning J. Cole.
Yeah.
So being that, there's Apology Gate and he put the record out. He scrubbed it off Spotify. I don't know if it's off Apple Music yet.
Not yet.
By the time you hear this, it might be off. Who knows? Maybe not, because the streams still matter.
I tried to play it before we went on there.
I played that bitch and it played, nigga.
It's the.
It played for Dini too. It didn't play for me.
You know what I mean? So I guess it's
You're a Kendrick fan.
long-term process.
Process.
Too many Kendrick
Yo,
Lamar
wait for y'all
favorites.
It knows my algorithm, so
That makes a lot of sense.
Yo, Diddy, you wow.
But since J. Cole, by proxy, has decided that I'm removing myself from this conversation.
Let's get it.
Yeah, allegedly. We decided that, you know what, if we're going to keep having this Big Three conversation, that, maybe we need to start looking at another third for the Big Three. So we've usually done the drafts on the streams. We've decided to bring the drafts to the studio. If we're not dissing J. Cole, his music is still going to hit. He's still going to move units.
Absolutely.
Although Mike Delete later took a 40K hit after he apologized. So who knows what's going to happen with the fall off.
Still gonna sell out stadiums.
Yeah,
Interesting.
maybe. If we have to move J. Cole from the Big Three, who would it be? We're going to do a draft.
The draft.
The Rap
Up there.
Roundtable's draft always hit. I'm not gonna lie.
You
Different.
see,
Always hit.
we got the names here. I'm shaking the cup. Y'all see, I'm not looking in the cup. I don't know who I'm going to
Listen,
pick.
man, y'all know I'm number one, man. Let me.
And part of it too is because it's like, if we just talked about it, I think myself, Mase, and Dini will all pick Future, and that's no fun. So we gotta get creative with this shit. You know what I mean?
Let's get it, man.
With the first pick in a Rap Roundtable, replace J. Cole in the Big Three draft.
Go ahead, Joe. Announce my name, brother.
yeah. The title to this segment is crazy.
Hey man, that's what this is your idea, son. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
It's Sin getting the first pick. Hold on, these people don't even want to agree with me.
Finally,
That's why it's not opening.
It's
Oh.
me, man.
Sin.
See, look, Dean, is that? Oh, see, this pick. I done did a good job of crumbling this shit. You know what I mean? It's Dini. Dini has the first
Dini?
pick.
What the fuck?
All right, so
I'm supposed
Oh
to
wait,
get the
we gotta do the order first. Hold on,
Copy,
Dini.
copy.
Dini has the first pick, as you can see.
I'm always supposed to get the first pick because I always lose.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
What the fuck is going on?
you do a shitty job of drafting. You know what I mean?
I get the number one pick for a reason, guys.
man.
With this,
Had a lot of-
you got the worst record
You know
every
what I mean?
season, bro.
I lose, I get the number one pick. It worked. That's how it goes, guys.
with the second pick,
What
you
the
know what
fuck?
I mean? I did a good job of crumbling these papers. What's the matter with me? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh, me. I got the second pick. Let's go.
Ah,
Let's go. I got the second pick. You know what I mean?
There's only
Hold
two
on.
good picks in the draft, goddamn.
You know what I mean? I know who I'm picking already. With the third pick, Macito. Damn, Sin.
Wow.
Time, bro.
What the fuck?
Nah, you rigged this shit, bro.
You watch me shake the cup.
Nah, you
I
like,
didn't look.
You
Sid,
lift
next
like,
time you
lift
wanna
the
do it,
corner or
Sid.
something where you reach in and feel that shit pause.
Nah.
Hey, yo.
I don't know. You lift the corner.
Listen, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Sin. You
Sin,
just
just hold
pick
the L,
last.
brother.
You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Sin.
Sincere. Last pick
It's a
again.
goddamn travesty, bro.
I'm sorry, bro.
Sin.
We now know sin is the last pick is the rule.
Damn.
with the first pick.
Dino, what you got?
Dino. And they replace J. Cole in the big 3 draft. Who do you got?
Who you got?
So I would have went Fuge, but for the sake of like I wanted to have someone that makes good music and that's still essentially a great rapper.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't got. Don't shoot me for this. I was gonna move Freddie Gibbs up there.
Wow. What? That is absolutely not the nigga I expected to get picked with this pick.
I mean,
God.
In terms of the lyrical ability, he's up there with anyone who's just good.
What you named that the Ghostface Killer?
And it's funny as far as the albums, he makes better albums than a lot of people. Pinata was fire. Bandana was fire. So Separately was fire. These are really good albums.
Light, my guy.
Outside of Future, it needs to be someone that checks both boxes, my nigga. I couldn't think of a nigga that.
You're right.
Outside of like a nigga that makes the great music, he don't have the bars.
Don't let him bully you.
I ain't gonna let them J. Cole me, man.
You know
I ain't gonna let them put me into a compromising situation.
Stand 10 toes down.
Facts.
Don't delete this
I'm going
later,
with Freddie
bro.
Gibbs, man.
You know what I mean?
Gibbs in the big 3.
Yes.
If
let's just make sure there ain't no concerts at the Rib Shack.
Somewhere Lang is watching this. So happy right now. He's ecstatic. He's doing fucking jumping jacks.
If it ain't
Freddie
Fuge,
Gibbs.
if it ain't
Indianapolis
Fuge,
finest.
All the people?
I try to really consider who would be up there with the bars, who would be up there with the bodies of work. I couldn't think of that many. Everyone I could think
Is
of.
Adrian on the line?
Everyone I could think of with the bars didn't have the bodies of work. That's
Sin,
what it was.
what's going on with this guy?
Hey, listen, you're not gonna get an argument from me.
Yo, so Separately is a classic, bro.
Listen.
Like, it's a classic.
Classic.
It's a beautiful album, my nigga.
You was nervous to call it classic at the end of last year. You ready to call it classic now?
I said
Is it
I'm always a little uncomfortable with the C word. But that album, I mean,
classic.
after I heard that album, it was
bro.
hard to listen to other albums, bro. Other albums that would have been good didn't sound as good because I listened to that album
That
first.
happened to me after 5 foreign albums, but not for a good reason.
This is kind of like when Jordan went 3rd in the draft. You let
Yo,
I mean, like, you picked Craig Elo.
Yo.
What's not Craig
Nah,
Elo? What's
Sam
his
Bowie.
name? Sam Bowie. Like
Sam Bowie got classic albums though. I can't think of a classic play from Sam Bowie.
Number one.
He don't got classic nothing.
You know what I'm
Freddie
saying?
Gibbs is not the number 1 pick at Freddie Gibbs' house, bro.
Damn.
I'm not gonna lie to you,
Yo.
man.
with
Shouts
the
to Gibbs.
second pick
Shouts to Gibbs.
in the rap
I'm happy
round
with that
table,
pick. Good pick,
replace
Dean.
J.
Thank you.
Cole in the big 3 draft since he ain't want to do it when you had the opening. Only you would fumble this. Future.
I have Future.
God damn it, man.
Future.
God
You chose
damn
Freddie
it.
Gibbs. You took.
I would have loved to be number 2.
Yo,
this draft.
I gotta keep it a bean. I had to keep it a
That's
bean.
your lane, dude.
That's my
You're the future
I
guy.
said outside of Future, I'm not picking Future because I want to give somebody else the props.
Nigga, you had the first fucking pick. You are the
last
future
time
guy.
We had the discussion. We had Future as the pick. You know what I'm saying? I said I want to give somebody different. to
Didi
pick,
is a
my nigga.
draft.
I got
That's
real
You got
tears,
the
bro.
first pick.
Oh
The
my God.
obvious answer is Future.
The
got real
obvious
tears.
answer. I'm not going with the obvious
So
answer.
you lose it.
I'm going with my pick.
So replacing Cole in
I
the
got
big
real
3.
tears,
I'll
bro.
take Dini's real pick, which is actually Future.
Didi
that's
wanted
your
to pick
pick.
Future. That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to switch it up because I know somebody's going to pick Future.
Oh, this
But
is the
that's the go-to
That's the
pick
point
for me.
of the draft, Dini, so that you can pick who
That's
you
the
want.
go-to pick for. I know you were going to pick Future if I didn't pick Future.
I wasn't gonna.
Everybody was
That's
gonna
my
pick
point.
But once you-
Wait,
once you got-
Dini's on his J. Cole
So-
right
so-
now. He's like, you can
My
win
nigga.
and you can win
Yo.
and I can win. We can
supposed-
all,
How you
all win.
How you
We
punt?
can all
Are
win.
you niggas a part of my management? Niggas is mad at my pick. Or we
I'm
wanna-
mad at your pick,
I'm
Didi.
saying?
I'm mad,
He
bro.
had the
I'm mad.
Yo, the
pick,
first
Because you
pick.
are the
He's
future
biggest
fan.
Future fan
Bruh,
on the
you the
show.
future guy.
We just discussed. We know everyone on the table is gonna
But
pick
that's
Future.
why we did the draft.
I didn't want to pick Future for my pick, nigga. I'm arguing with niggas for my pick.
Yo, Dean, I thought you was gonna pick
And
Future
you
too,
thought
bro.
wrong, my nigga.
You know when you watch the NBA,
I
and
thought you-
hold on, Mace. When you
Proceed.
watch the NBA and you wonder why certain teams are all in the lottery every year, it's because of GMs like Dini. LeBron was right
Yo,
there.
so
He
if-
took Darko.
If Sin was the second pick, Sin would have picked Future. That would have been the vibes. Fuck out of here. Proceed, bro. Fuck out of here.
Nigga said Melo, D-Wade, LeBron, give me Darko.
Darko. Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Freddie
did it.
Freddie's Darko.
Listen,
Freddie's Darko. You can't name a Darko play. You know what I'm saying? Freddie's Darko. Stop it. You love So separately.
In this draft, he is.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
This nigga picked the overground artist as the big three.
So you got Future,
listen,
right?
for-
Who's number two?
Future.
Oh, you got
For the
Future.
record.
So who you got?
Shit.
for the record,
Man,
for
I
the
wanted
record,
Future. I wish
I
John would have picked
support.
him.
I support Deanie's pick.
Thank you.
I support
Sid
it.
absolutely.
But you know better still.
If you had the second pick, you picking Future?
Not me.
I'm just not
I
you.
mean,
Not you.
I might if I'm trying to win. Like, if there's a poll,
Sid would have
if
picked
there's a contest, if I'm trying to win,
Copy. I'm going with my pick.
That's you didn't though. You gave
Bro,
me.
I'm like
you
the
gave
biggest
me your
Future fan
pick.
at the table. I don't have to pick Future.
Okay.
man.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out Darko over here. You know
I'll
what I
take
mean? In the lottery next year.
So
Freddie,
Freddie, Future.
Macito.
That was your pick, dude.
That's
so
my
much
pick.
so that I didn't even consider like.
I had a whole other pick in
Yeah,
mind.
that's what I'm saying. I completely thought that the list was going to go in a completely different way. But if we go in big three minus J. Cole
And Future.
and Future, we gonna go. I'll pick another one of your picks, Dean. I'll pick Tyler the Creator. You know what I mean? Great discography. Much influence on the culture. We saw Big Sean going and saying that he looked for a guy like Tyler the Creator to
Great
be
albums.
his muse for an album. I think that he's been nominated for multiple Grammys. He's one of those people. Tyler can call Big Sean for a feature. He could call Kendrick for a feature.
Facts.
He could call Andre 3000 for a feature. His musical credibility matches his commercial performance. So I'm very comfortable with picking Tyler, especially in today's
Landscape.
Today is fast-paced NBA.
I gave,
you know what I'm saying?
I gave him album of
If
the year
this
a few
was
years-
96, maybe not. But Tyler in 2024 is a fantastic pick for the big three.
Salute.
And Deanie,
I like that.
Deanie, not to just run you down, you one of the people that definitely have been in Tyler's
I had him for album of the year. It
and
was
let
a
us
year or two
know
ago.
that for sure. Deanie
You
has
picked
definitely been in.
Freddie
Bruh.
Gibbs.
That was
Great
crazy. That was
albums.
Nothing against Gibbs. Nothing against Gibbs.
No
You know what I
spready
mean?
intent.
Gibbs
None of
wasn't
that.
on my list, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Gibbs was not on my list.
You know what I mean? And with the fourth pick in the replace J. Cole in the big three draft, since they're the rap style, who you got?
Y'all gonna make me do it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Say it.
I don't give a fuck. I'm going with Jay Electronica.
Come on.
What the fuck?
Come on.
No, all
bro.
right. Big fucking show.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, man.
You believe that in your soul, or you just saying that?
He's the only one left.
That's what you had.
Y'all
right,
motherfuckers
You
all
took
the-
his pick because you would have took Gibbs.
That's what you
I
had.
would have took. I would have took Gibbs.
It's supposed to be
No.
Future,
Did you have Gibbs?
If I'm being
Tyler,
completely
Gibbs.
honest,
That's
Because
supposed
I
to
was
be
going
the-
Sean.
100%
That was the list.
honest, I really wasn't even considering Gibbs for the top three. Like I had
crazy.
Tyler, and I didn't think anybody was gonna take Tyler
I thought
at this table.
I thought Future was gonna get taken and he was gonna pick Tyler.
That's tough. Deanie ruined the draft.
Deanie ruined the complete
I sure as hell
draft.
not picking Wale, so that's out.
That's comedy.
Any
All right,
honorable,
I'm going
I mean,
with
there's other people. There's Travis
honorable
Scott.
mentions? Travis. I had Nicki as an honorable mention.
Mhm.
Job, you had any honorables?
Travis was good. Nicki was good. Sean was gonna be mine. I didn't think Sean was gonna make it through.
Should I go with Nicki?
All right, so
Just
Me-
to add some balance.
Meek and Wale weren't on anybody's list, by the
Nah.
way. Get out of here, bozos.
it feels weird because when I think of Drake, as much as with the pending question, you get what I'm saying? There's still like
Maybe
very potent.
21. Yeah,
Right, but what I'm saying is this very potent rapping ability. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
A potent rap ability that I just feel like 21 can't
commercial
really even.
performance.
There you go.
It's-
And a lyrical ability that 21 really can't really fathom. You get what I'm saying? You can make songs next to it, but if you had to do what he's doing, you probably couldn't do that. You get what I'm saying? Outside of Kendrick and Drake, Those are the two niggas who know how to make the actual hits, and there's bar work in there. J. Cole was in that conversation. I felt weird putting Future because I'm like,
Future
you're not
was
really
the pick.
you're not really the lyrical. You get what I'm saying? So you still lose that battle against those two
Future
niggas.
might be number one right now.
I'm speaking
Fuck
against the
outta
album.
Over Drake
I'm
and
not
Kenny.
feeling the album that just dropped. But other than that,
where's the drop? Give him some.
Nah,
drop.
I agree with them.
nah, it's just
Fuck you. So give me the
best
drop.
balance.
Applaud you, Mace.
The best balance.
He might be over Drake and Kenny, to be honest. Future right now. And if we not saying that this list is just in stone and we saying it's a fluid list, Future might be number one right
As
now.
an artist, yeah, I would, but I'm still not over Drake. I mean, as an artist, come on now,
Drake, we Drake fans. He took shots for all of those.
bruh.
And he need to return that diss.
Be honest, bro. You got two options to go to two
Drake is
tours
over
today.
Kenny.
You can go to Drake's tour. You can go to Future's tour.
Well, if that's the case,
A
then
lot of
Drake been in
people
the
are
top
gonna
for 15 years
That's
straight.
what I'm saying. So it's not even really a conversation. It's really one guy at the top, another nigga who's doing his 10,000 hours to kind of maintain there, another nigga who's already there, but he just takes breaks all the time.
So it's Future and Drake
took
is the
one
list.
break.
Listen,
One break for 5
And Kenny,
years?
we can't act like
That's
Kenny.
one break.
Kenny, listen, we Drake and Future guys, but Kenny is looked at as that dope. Like, let's be honest.
he's
When
on-
niggas want to hear that real shit,
That's what I'm
they're
saying. I
waiting
just
for
feel like
Kenny to drop.
I hate to say this because Future's my guy, but I just feel like he can't get into that lyrical bag the way those two guys can. That's
Absolutely
why I
not.
feel
Look,
it feels weird putting him on that plateau. It does to me.
I want to put words to where you're confusing us and throwing us for a loop, Beanie.
Copy.
Because like there's times when we do segments like trying to pick like top 5 or top 3, whatever. Like I remember specifically the top 5 Nas albums, and you picked I Am because of the songs,
Moments, yeah.
the moments
Yeah.
that it created for the landscape,
Yeah.
the fans, you know what I mean? He's doing certain songs at shows.
And
You know what I mean?
let me
And
highlight
other people.
The conversation
But then
was between
with this particular topic, you was like, nah, I'm gonna go with what's in my heart, and I'm gonna pick Freddie Gibbs. Like I just we don't get it.
Bruh, when during that conversation, the conversation was between I Am and what did you pick? Lost Tapes?
The
That
Lost
was the-
Tapes.
That's the battle? Then I Am's winning the battle.
That it was
I got low save.
Yeah, you bugging.
it was a pick for what
Over
top
I Am?
5 we are taking.
Retail?
Personally.
Sonically, bro, if you had to listen to you can listen to one right now.
Retail?
The Lost
Lost
Tapes,
Tapes,
nigga.
Here's the thing.
Copy.
Lost
That
Tapes.
that
I'm going with
that,
I Am.
Retail, maybe not the original.
That segment was personal lists. What are our personal lists? This segment was a draft, as in you want to win,
Pick the best possible option.
and you,
But I didn't. All right, so I could have picked what I want to win outside of kind of like what's on my mind right now. Like I'm telling you right now, what I'm fucking with. I didn't want to just give you what I'm not fucking with to win a draft. You get what I'm saying?
Bro, that's the point of the fucking draft.
so you're not fucking with
I
Future.
just
is what you're
I
saying.
think most of us
My
feel like
point of the
Deanie,
draft-
you're the Future guy. Like
I am the Future
love
guy.
Future. I
you
feel
got
like you love
the
Future more
first
than me.
pick in the draft and you went
Where's
Gibbs.
all right, so here's the funny part. This entire conversation would not happen if I said Future.
We
would've
don't-
easily
that's
moved
not a
over
good
to, we would've
thing.
easily moved over to him.
Good content.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. We would have easily, right or wrong though, right or wrong, we would have easily moved over to you.
No,
you would have said
I
Big
would have
Sean.
I would have picked Big Sean. He would have flamed. We would have argued about it. We would have had an argument either way, bro.
So there would be no argument about my pick though.
I
That's
think
the
it would have
argument
been.
because I
It
picked
was
my
supposed
pick.
to be Future.
Don't get defensive.
Big
I'm just
Sean.
It's a bad pick. You know what I mean?
Jay.
You had Future was right there.
And I was gonna pick Tyler to argue with you about Tyler. You know what I mean? Tyler's your guy. You know what I mean? Maybe we bringing people in behind the curtains too much, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
The-
I'm shocked that Deanie didn't pick Future because in my mind, Future is a top 5 nigga for Deanie.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
definitely.
I
More
just
one in
felt
top
like
6, but yeah.
We spent months telling niggas that Deanie's the Future guy.
Mhm.
We do the draft. We shake the fucking cups up. Deanie gets the first pick.
And I was
didn't
pissed
control
you
that.
got the first pick.
I'm like,
so-
what are the odds
that's
that
my
Weren't
pick,
you
Deanie.
mad when I picked Freddie Gibbs for something, and you was mad?
When was this?
What was the
Fellas, I'll be
Freddie
right.
Gibbs for?
Fellas, I'll be right back.
Do you think, Mace? You know what I mean?
Hey, wait, we're gonna have to go back to the video.
Gotta go back to the
Bring
catalog.
it back, bro. I'm just keeping it a beat.
I'm just saying, when you get your guy, bro, you gotta, you know what I mean?
Go
Like,
with your
go
guy.
with your guy.
You're right, but there was
I
no
get the first
conversation
pick in
going
a
with my guy.
situation. I'm not picking Hov. Like, you kidding me?
Niggas have been like, Walt, Knicks. All right, let's go over this guy.
So
Just-
what?
There's no conversation.
We would have celebrated you. You got your guy.
My guy doesn't really. He fits up
You
there,
don't
but
fuck with
doesn't.
Gibbs how you fuck with Fuge.
I didn't never
no
see
way.
you. No way.
No, this
way.
is interesting.
No
This
way.
is-
Fuck with Gibbs, but no way like I
This
fuck with
is
Fuge.
the real time balance of Dini. We're seeing it in real time, the yin and the yang. You know what I mean?
I'm
The
an
dichotomy of Dean.
I'm an anomaly.
You know what I mean? On any given day, you know what I mean? Future's this guy. On any given day, he was like, "Nah, let me give me the overground guy with the bars and the."
He was like, "Let me let Jov have Future, so I'll pick Gibbs." You know what I mean?
if we all discuss, you know, it's a bunch of niggas. That's because, like I said, if I just couldn't see you picking them. I seen everybody else. If it was on the table, it was on the table. But if you picked them second, bro, I don't know what I would have done. I would probably just took a trip to the bathroom. Like
Who?
Mase did.
Future?
Yeah. If you went number two, and I would, because that's not in your heart. That's what I would have been like. That would have been a conversation though, because that's not who you would normally would have picked. Right now we're conversing that I didn't pick the guy that I'm supposed to normally pick. I didn't.
I've definitely.
It just sounds crazy.
We've definitely had segments. I definitally remember a segment where I picked Nicki Minaj, and I'm like, I'm not a huge Nicki Minaj fan.
But she might have fit the criteria for
But
the
I
situation.
think
though.
in a draft, you wanna if we do the whole order to secure a pick. You know what I mean? And then when you get your first or your third, think about it. We did the big three draft, and I was tight that I didn't get the first pick, but then I was glad I got the pick in front of Sin, so I could fuck his whole shit up. You know what I mean? It's a strategy.
So
involved.
consider my first pick fucking the whole shit up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Essentially, I mean.
But while we're here, I considered for half a second maybe picking Nicki Minaj as my pick, changing it. Nah, I'm gonna stick with Big Sean. I think I enjoy.
I mean,
some Big Sean
Nicki's
music.
the biggest star.
I had Nicki on my list.
She's the
on my
biggest
list.
star to Big Sean.
Like last time we had this conversation, I had Kanye, but I think he said he fell like a little too short from the.
From this era, yeah, he's not a big three conversation.
My reasonable list, like without reaching, included Nicki, Tyler, and Future. I feel like, but beyond them, we would probably be reaching. To be
Travis
honest.
is close, but he just not lyrical when it comes to those guys. Those two guys. If it was anybody else, it'd be a
sure.
no brainer.
For
But
sure.
just to Drake, when Drake
For
gets in that
sure.
lyrical bag, he gets there. Like I said, pen might be in question, but when he's actually like in that bag, take a Duppy freestyle, for instance, take an 8 a.m. in Charlotte, he gets in that bag. We know what Kendrick does already.
Let me ask the table list so we can move on. Let's throw the draft out the equation. Let's just try to be as objective as we can be, because part of drafting is, you pick who you want to pick. If there was one artist who checks enough boxes to quote replace Cole, who would it be?
Future.
Outside of lyricism is Future.
I changed my mind again.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Nicki Minaj.
I think I'm Nicki, and if it's not Nicki, it's Travis. I think those are the two that belong in that kind of conversation, and they got the stats to back it up.
Sean is great, but he just don't have the wins that the other two have.
Right.
The two have just major wins, man.
Right.
And Future might be above Kenny and Drake. So
Yeah, as far
We
as
gotta
artistry.
be fair to the ladies. I'm gonna make my pick Nicki Minaj.
Nicki,
Shout out to Nicki.
Nicki has replaced
That's a big-
J.
But I
Cole on
thank
the
Diddy
Mount
for letting me
Rushmore.
pick
Yeah.
Future, because thanks. Real quick,
Legendary artist.
let's get to the next topic.
What's the vibes?
In the midst of staying with the J. Cole thing, we're not gonna beat up on Cole too crazy. We're not gonna beat up on Cole at all, actually.
No, Yana.
All right.
There's Lance.
There were, yeah.
Damn it,
shit.
Sin.
Is that Simba's music?
Ah. In the midst of J. Cole deciding that after he recorded the song, mixed it, mastered it, put it out, let people talk about it, and then apologize. There was a conversation about competition in hip hop. And a gentleman who I think he might have deleted the tweet, but he put out a tweet that said hip hop.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Can I see that tweet? Because I was looking for that shit and I could not find that shit. Obasi says, see, this is why I focus in. Saying hip hop was born from competition is a crazy narrative and a lie. Let's do our homework, please. So Ron Obasi, you must be like 26 years old, didn't live through the wars, didn't do the knowledge, didn't do the necessary to call yourself a hip hop head. Competition is a core. It's like ground level hip hop competitiveness. You know what I mean? So the question I would have is, the topic I want to break down is, I believe that hip hop competition has to be a part of it. I think that as these younger people get involved in hip hop, that they're losing that element because they just want quote everybody to win, and if you compete, you're a hater. like Sin, like with this whole competitive aspect, like where are you at with that? Like, are we doing too much as the older guard thinking it's too like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely not. And I mean, there's other aspects of life and culture that we've had this conversation about. But I mean, you know what I mean? We this is definitely a generation. This younger generation is a generation of anti-competition, or you know, I mean, maybe scared of toxic energy, the toxicity that might come from competition. Definitely the participation awards generation. And I'm here to say, man, fuck all that shit. From the bottom of my heart, get the fuck out of here with that shit. This might be an early lawn. Hip hop, from its inception, was born out of several things. It was born out of poverty, lack of resources, ingenuity,
struggle
to make do and be creative with what you had, and pride. The creative pride of when you come up with a craft, an art form, and it starts spreading and people start you know what I mean, doing what the craft has been created, who is going to be the best at that craft? You know what I mean? There was, you know, bygone eras before any of us were probably born where like the same thing happened in jazz. Jazz were born. I mean, honestly, all of the art form, all of the black art forms, which is basically all of the art forms, were born out of the same thing. You know what I mean? Struggle. You know what I mean? Being left out, being, you know, left out of popular culture and having to create something that's anti-culture. You know what I mean? Until it becomes culture. You know what I mean? Black people predominantly. You know what I mean? I might throw in the people of color. You know what I mean? With hip hop, we know that, you know, Puerto Ricans were involved. Some, you know, Latinos were involved. It wasn't like 50-50 like Fat Joe said, but like, you know what I mean? So let me not digress too much, but like from its inception, you know what I mean? This culture birthed the DJ, and you would have like DJ battles back in the day. Who had the best cutting skills? Who had the best sets? Who had the most cutting edge music and songs? Who had the you know what I mean? Like the latest underground, the latest release songs that's gonna get the crowd hype. You had graph writers, you know what I mean, battling each other for, you know what I mean, putting up pieces all over the city. Sometimes they was bombing over each other's pieces. Obviously with break dances, you had Rocksteady Crew versus what was the name? Damn, I forget the name now. Dynamic Rockers. You know what I mean? They was battling it out. And obviously we know that the MCs used to battle it out. You know what I mean? The MC was born out of the DJ playing the music and the MC talking over the music to get the crowd as hyped and excited as possible. And from that was born, you know what I mean, the quotables, the slick talk, the bars, the what's something I can say that can get this crowd as hyped and amped as possible. And from that, there was competition. Who's gonna be the best MC? Who's gonna turn the party out the best? This is literally what hip hop was born from. So to this guy Obasi, I don't know what, you know what I mean? I don't know what
no.
You know what I mean? But I don't know what your knowledge base is. I don't know what homework you've done or what research you've done. I don't know how old you are, but you are so tragically misinformed of how this hip hop thing came about, how it was birthed, how it started, and the fact that competition was very much interwoven into the culture. Like, there's just no two ways about it. It is what it is. To be hip hop is to be competitive. That is the bottom line. That's it.
Respectfully. Do you need to balance your thoughts?
To be the best at anything, you have to compete. I feel like when you go into anything, when we first turned the mics on, we said, hey, we're gonna be a pod that just like 10 people listen to for the rest of the time we pod. No, we came through like, yo, we want to be the best. We want to be number one. We want people to listen to us. When you go to think about pods, let me listen to the Rap Roundtable first. We wanted that. So I feel like it's not even just hip hop. Like competition is life. You get what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of niggas that won't have kids. They might have not got a chance to procreate. You get what I'm saying? Life is a competition. There's people that's gonna do certain things. And I feel like anything you do, anytime you do anything, when you put on the headphones to make this beat, did you say I'm gonna make some nice mediocre for some bum ass nigga to rap to? You said, no, I'm gonna make some fire. A dope artist is gonna hear it. He's gonna apply my dope beat to his dope lyrics, and he's gonna make a crazy track with it. And it's a the whole not hearing in hip hop, it's like anything you love, anything in life, there's competition, my nigga. Like there's no escaping it. You go to work, if there's a dude at the job that does the job better than you, he's willing to show you up, you might not have that job tomorrow. So competition's a part of life. And hip hop is a battlefield, like anything else. Like there's a million people doing this, a million people who want to be number one, and some people are not going to be cool with a guy talking about he's number one when they feel like they're number one. They want to jump in and put their game in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
And just to add to that, I'm sorry, Mase, before you jump in, but just to add, it's I don't know if he meant that hip hop is not solely competition, because that's a different statement. You know what I mean? There's so many facets to hip hop as an art form. You know what I mean? So like if your thought is, you know, hip hop is so much more than just competition, sure. I can get with that. I believe that. You know what I mean? But to say that hip hop would, you know what I mean, there's no competition, or there shouldn't be any competition in hip hop, or that hip hop was not born out of a competitive spirit, that's just complete nonsense.
Yeah.
And y'all are right on the money. Especially you, Dean. Like literally, man, we run the Olympics every 4 years, right? What country can run the fastest? Which can throw a ball the farthest, right? Like competition is just human nature, brother. Like in every industry, women want to know whose hair is the longest. You know what I'm saying? They have dance battles, brother. Like every
niggas want to debate who dressed better. You know what I mean?
You feel what I'm saying? Like this is just human nature, brother. Like to get into something and to try to find out, you know what I mean? Like why even measure any sort of anything? You know what I'm saying? Whose country has the highest temperature? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like that's literally how we measure things, bro. We want to see what compares to what. So to act like we get into rap and all of a sudden you know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, where's the competition at? It's just it's cope. It's really, you know, it shows that you must not think you're the best, you know what I'm saying? To be honest with you. So it's just weird, you know what I'm saying? I can't imagine any industry, you know what I'm saying? Steve Jobs, I seen Steve Jobs people going at Microsoft from like 97 the other day talking about iPhones ain't gonna work. Like, bro, this is literally how we progress in society is fucking competition, bro. You know what I'm saying?
McDonald's and Burger King been at each other's necks
they
for like
went
50 years,
Dean,
bro.
Them niggas went to the moon, Dean. You better get the NASA and figure out how to fucking get that shit together, nigga. This is just
facts.
Listen, it's nothing against, because it's never personal. It's just, you know, some sort of pride, and it's not a man or a woman thing, because women are just as competitive as the men. You know what I mean? It's just human nature, man.
You mentioned the moon. Like I was hearing the other day about, because people be asking like, all right, we went to the moon in like 1960, whatever. Like, how come we haven't been to the moon since then? 95% of the reason that we even went to the moon is that Russia was going.
That they was on it, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying?
That was the only reason.
You hear them balls Jay-Z drop on Takeover? Get in the booth, Nas.
Yo, we heard Russia was creating rockets and spaceships to go to the moon. We gonna go there too.
Right on.
Meek, get in the booth. Drake just went crazy. That's what it is, man.
For the sake of the people who wear the tinfoil hats, you know, you don't believe that the moon should happen.
Unless we did. Unless
the videos look a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Videos look a little sus.
With all the technology in 2024, we can't get to the moon when we did in the 60s. I'm just saying.
It's crazy.
I don't wear a tinfoil, but I gotta just.
We can. We just don't want to. What's there to
you right.
The conspiracy round table.
Some rocks. But
dark side of the moon.
You know what this is for me? You know, because this wasn't. You know, I hate to be this guy, but I'm old, right? I guess I am.
We're getting there.
when we were kids, the thought of even discussing the competitive aspect was not even a thought. It was a given. You get to third, fourth, second, third grade, somebody was snapping on you. You was getting made fun of.
Be real.
You know what I mean? If I say my favorite team is the Knicks, somebody said my favorite team is the Bulls. Competition. I say my favorite rapper is fucking Prodigy. Somebody's gonna see some nigga from the West Coast. Competition has been in every aspect of evolution and growth in my life. You know what I mean? We got into this space as loud New York niggas. People didn't like the fact that we was competing with the podcast across the street. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But eventually they leaned into said competition, but nobody realized it until after the fact. But we were dickheads in real time.
Right.
You know what I mean? But for us, that's regular shit. If you're in front of us, you're in the way. If I'm driving and the nigga's driving like a dickhead, he's in my way. I gotta find a way I done created a whole narrative where I gotta get around this dumbass Uber driver who's stopping me from getting home in a timely manner. You know what I mean? Like we're always, maybe it's in New York in us.
That's what they try to say about us.
But I say that to say this. In our generation, competition was common. Either you won or you lost.
But you competed.
In this era, especially niggas like Obasi, no N-O, there's a generation of second place trophy kids who got these participation trophies just for trying.
Facts.
That don't understand the element. If you're not first, you're last.
That's it.
And that is the real issue here. Niggas, and they'll play this whole ageism card and say, oh, you're just old and you don't get it. No, nigga. We're old and we get it. Because when hip hop started, who was the best DJ? Who was the best MC? Who controlled the crowd? The best nigga controlled the crowd. If we did a big block party, somebody had the best set.
Right.
Facts.
It don't mean it's beef. It just means that DJ Sin did better than DJ Deanie. Which means that on the next block party, DJ Deanie got to find a way to outdo DJ Sin.
Or lose again.
And if you're not first, you last. Because the only thing is, and that phrase comes from, we don't talk about the nigga who came in second or third. We only talk about the winner. This second place trophy era that has spilled its way into the lifeblood of our country. It's very annoying.
And our culture at this point. I never thought I'd see the day.
I ain't trying to sound like one of the red pill guys, but y'all are right, man. Like
I never thought I'd see the day. Bro.
You lost. You ain't win. You lost. Straight like that.
And like to me, if you raising your children to think participating is good, it's not a good idea. I'm not saying that if they lose to call them a loser,
right?
But encourage them to be the best. Encourage them to compete at the highest level. And if they lost, let's take the lessons from the loss so that the next time they play, they win, or at least they take a step forward in eventually winning.
Yeah.
But this whole thing, we're rapping, we're friends, kumbaya. No.
Gross.
That's not the antithesis. That's the antithesis
of the culture.
Of the culture.
Right. And I would like to step in here and say, if your point is this has been our culture for 50 years, and if in your heart you feel like things should change,
51,
you know what I mean? Like,
shit.
Maybe with how society looks at things today, maybe we should adapt. Maybe we should, you know what I mean? Like, evolve, and maybe, you know what I mean? Like, things shouldn't be so quote unquote toxic. Maybe things shouldn't be so quote unquote competitive. If that's your point, right? We can have a conversation about that. But the statements that have been made is just revisionist history. Yeah. That it was never the case. Thank you. That it was never the case that hip hop was not born out of competition. That hip hop was not born out of let's be real, the toxic fucking society that birthed the culture. You know what I mean? All the poverty, all the racism, all the redlining, all the, you know what I mean? Like pushing people into ghettos. Like all that shit went into birthing the culture.
And I say this, you wanted to be the best breaker. Mm-hmm. That's culture. You wanted to be known as the nigga with the best tagging, the best graffiti. You wanted to be the best MC. You wanted to be the best DJ. But there was TV shows made about that shit. The shit that was on Netflix. That kind of, I forgot the name of the show, but it was a show that Nas was involved with. That kind of discussed the birthing of the culture, and it was a Netflix show. It was like 2 seasons of that shit, and it was like everything was about being the best. It's
Right.
like, what are we talking about? Like, if Cole decide that he don't want to compete to be the best, that's a problem. You built up yourself, and you told us that you wanted to be considered numero uno, and then you backed out when the time came. It's like imagine watching 8 Mile and Eminem didn't battle Lotto and Papa Doc at the end.
You feel me?
What the fuck?
You feel me?
They
You
just
did-
all walk out
You
Clarence.
did all of this to then not.
together, hand in hand, arm in arm. You know what I mean?
What was the
Kumbaya.
point?
Like,
You got us to buy the stock in you, to bring it back to Cole, to lock into your projects, to realize your features are events, to buy into you saying you're the best, only to then back out when you got in the fight? What the fuck?
I got my lawn, so
When you already went
I'm
swinging
sorry.
into the fight.
I'm sorry. I just want to tie it in, but it's like that second place mentality. Aim to be the best. The Rap Roundtable aims to be the best every time we go on air, whether it's on stream or in studio. We want everybody, when you wake up and you go to your fucking job, whether you flipping burgers or you in corporate America, be the best burger flipper. Be the best corporate nigga. Be the best paper pusher or pen pusher. Be the fucking best. What's wrong with saying you the best? The fuck?
Especially if you are.
What's wrong with that, man?
Golly.
Rap
where's
Roundtable,
where's
best.
Khaled when we need him?
Job the best podcaster, send the best producer. Deanie, you just that nigga, period, bro.
Yo, man, I appreciate
You
you,
feel me?
Mace.
You the best balance in the fucking
Y'all
world.
niggas,
man.
y'all niggas really inspired
When
me.
I'm
you know,
walking around with Deanie after the pod, I feel like that nigga. You heard me?
You know what I mean, like, fuck is we talking about? Y'all niggas and they clutch they pearls. Oh, why would you say that? Because we want to be the best. That's it. When y'all watch sports, y'all watch it for second place. We celebrate. Nigga, Caitlin Clark didn't win the chip. They celebrated fucking NC State. What are we talking about? Anyway, getting worked up. I don't like second place shit. I don't like that thought
I
process.
like soapbox job. It don't happen often, bro.
You're right. Because I'm trying to transition into a new phase of life.
I like that.
Macito,
What's the word?
your seg. I don't know if it's gonna be
Yeah.
young people or the industry. What you got for us?
Job, you know we all over the place these days, man. I'm just the voice. Deanie just dubbed me the voice, you know what I mean? Lil
That's a
Durk,
fact.
you know what I mean? You're not moving, so I took your name, just like I took Mace's name. Like, that's what I do out here.
That
You
made
know what I'm
dollars.
saying?
You
I
seen that? You seen that comment? Huh?
Listen, man, that's on. I got that as my header on my, you know what I mean, about me stealing Mace's name. Listen, my mom named me it, guys. Listen, we got a little bit of voices. The first voice, Job, I got a new voice.
Okay.
We the voice of the ladies, man.
Oh.
But unlike J. Cole backing down from the beef, the ladies been on it like crazy.
They on time, man.
For
They with the
they on
shit.
time,
On
and
time.
women they ain't. Listen, we got JT, formerly of the City Girls. I don't even know if the City Girls exists anymore because we got JT going at Young Miami. You know what I'm saying? We got JT going at Glorilla. These are bars, though. This is what we have to understand, fellas. The women are actually delivering bars. They're delivering along with the tweets. You know what I mean? So shouts to JT, who also performed with Nicki. Nicki brought out everybody for the Super Freaky Girl remix on her tour. You know what I mean? We know about the male rap civil war, but they really following the women, guys. There's been a female rap civil war. We got Bia, who just sent shots at Cardi. You know, I know Bia is one of Sin's favorites. And Sin, actually, you know, he ain't just shaking his shoulders like me and Deanie in the club. You know what I mean? He be listening to the bars. You know what I mean? So we got Bia going at Cardi. We got JT going crazy. Understand that these women, we got even Meg is sending subs at Nicki on her IG lives. The women are going just as crazy as the men, y'all. We gotta keep it real.
No
you know what I mean?
apologies.
It's rap civil war everywhere. You know what I mean? So I had to make sure, you know, because once the time, we got some shit to talk about. What's the word, Sin?
Are the bars written on her?
Whoa.
I'll do some research.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. I
That-
got you.
That's what I
Good
I
finds.
got you. I'll search
I
your
am
cheeks to find out.
censoring that.
Yeah, I figured you would, but I just wanted to get it off. Anyway.
Listen, but not only that, I still got to be the voice in the industry. And a lot of people, what they've mentioned recently is that this beef, these situations going on, these are all rollouts. I know Jarv and Sin specifically have mentioned that themselves, that they feel like all of this shit ain't real. And what I want to say, folks, is I'm observing. The Voice is observing. You know what I mean? One thing I've noticed is that, one thing about last year, they said hip hop had no number ones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hip hop's had a lot of number ones this year.
Facts.
Hiss, the diss track against Nicki Minaj went number one.
Yeah.
Metro Like That. The diss track against Drake and J. Cole has went number one. And now we have, although it dropped, we have, Might Delete Later, which everybody thought was a diss album against Kendrick. I know it's dropped, but initially we all thought this is it. That was also, I believe it's going number 2 this week. After it was fighting for number 1, but it eventually went number 2. So I want everybody to know that beef. We all hype about these situations. We all hype about these bars, but I ain't gonna lie. These all seem like a bunch of rollouts because hip hop didn't go number 1 at all last year. And now all of a sudden we number 1 every other week with a diss track.
Push all the buttons.
Sin, what you think, man? Are they clout chasing, bro?
Listen, I'm gonna put 2 tinfoil hats on.
Let's do it.
What's the word?
It's a viable theory, man. It's a viable theory. Like, we just came off of like one of hip hop's worst years last year. Somebody somewhere said, "Hey, look, you know what I mean? Like,
gotta get the people going.
Gotta give
We've
the
been
people
saying
what they
that for
want.
a few weeks now that the business.
You know what I mean?
dictates it.
It's provocative. It gets the people going. You know what I mean? When rappers are going at each other, even if it's, you know what I mean, just like friendly fire or whatever, like just, a couple bars here and there thrown at other rappers. It'll pique people's attention.
Oh, percolate.
So,
The Rap Roundtable loves a few clicks, so I'm gonna need Job to get at Gilly the Kid, and I'm gonna need you to get at Craven. Okay, we need them clicks.
Let's do it.
You heard? If that's what the vibe is, you know what I'm
Talk,
saying?
base.
Listen, I'm just saying.
You know what? When the Rap Roundtable starts talking, we automatically the bad guys. You know what I'm saying?
every time, man, I don't understand
the snake emojis start flying and all kinds
Is
of
it
crazy
because we're
shit.
from New York? Is
Yes,
that it?
yes.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
If we had an accent and we lied about being from New York, we'd be sanctioned.
we'd be good. We'd be
You
good
know what I
money.
mean?
We'd be good money. Listen,
Midwest.
man, and bull.
And
But
bull.
listen. To end the segment this week, because I'm the voice of everybody this week. I want to just say rest in peace, OJ Simpson.
Niggas
I don't
is
care
a-
what y'all think
Yo,
about
them
him.
niggas is a tree in a fucking forest, nigga. Shit me.
Ohio had forest.
Oh shit.
Rest in peace, OJ Simpson, the Juice.
Juice Man.
I know everybody feel their way about him, but I know that was my father's favorite athlete ever is OJ Simpson. So rest in peace, Timmy Bowers. Rest in peace, OJ Simpson. Rest in peace, Mr. C, man.
R.I.P.
The fucking legend, y'all. They've been disrespecting him about some shit that don't got nothing to do with y'all for years. But rest in peace, Mr. C. Go to his SoundCloud, because every mix that Mr. C ever did, he used to throw on his SoundCloud. Go to Mr. C's SoundCloud. Go run that right now. One of the best DJs ever. One of the reasons that you know who Biggie fucking Smalls is.
Can we say
Facts.
something real quick? About
Go ahead,
that, man?
y'all.
It's like we know he had his transgressions, and the cool thing is to like real niggas when they fuck up. But it's like, get that man grace in his passing. I seen some tweets that talked real bad on that man.
I don't
after
like
he
it,
passed
y'all.
away.
I don't
It's
like it.
You know what? C a
Yeah, I didn't
legend.
see those.
C is a legend. A fucking legend.
Legend.
Old school at noon was very important.
Vital.
For niggas like myself, very young, who was falling in love with rap, and I needed to know my history. He did that. Some of his radio sets, immaculate. The strongest finisher in the game. He did. There was a reason why he was called that. I got a cousin that's a DJ who could sanction it. This nigga shook many rooms. I don't give a fuck what his vices
Who
are.
cares?
Or what he likes. I don't care. When it comes to liking, I like pussy. I don't give a fuck about what the next man likes. It's none of my
cares?
business.
We're talking music.
It's
So
hip
it's like,
hop, man.
When you kick niggas after they pass away, that's fucking corny. I just want to make sure I get that off. Like, let that man rest. Let God judge. Once you leave here, that's for God to judge.
Death should take
dig
all
what I'm
that hate
saying?
shit away.
And I need everybody the rest of the week, the rest of the weekend, the rest of the fucking year, spend those Mr. C mixes, because it's not a lie. Mr. C, one of the best fucking DJs of all time.
Okay. Yeah.
Shouts to Brooklyn. He still had them Biggie reels that ain't no, you heard what he said, you can't Shazam this, you know what I'm saying? So shouts to Mr. C, really one of the GOATs. For real. Somebody that helped a lot of people in this industry and a lot of people in hip hop. So rest in peace, Mr. C.
Salute
Rest
to
in peace,
the
OJ. Shouts to everybody. That's The Voice.
Talk about it. You know what I mean? Rest in peace yet again. And if you wasn't from that time and you lived in blog culture or gossip website culture, you just don't know. Do the knowledge. That's all we say.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Fredro. Do the knowledge.
Yes,
do
sir.
your Googles. It's not hard, bro. Y'all niggas, you know what? We enjoy a good opinion, but it's like, don't be so hasty to throw an opinion out there, but you don't know what you're talking about, especially when it comes to rap. Because as we get older, we phase out. It's up to y'all to keep this shit going. And if y'all only keeping fuck shit going, then what's the point of this shit?
Let's be real.
You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
But nevertheless, we got to get to the mailbag.
It's cooked.
We got a few, you know what I mean? A few situations to get to. Episode 94, we had Wesley Pipes.
Hey.
That's his name.
Oh.
Wesley Pipes, 5573. He's talking us to say the rap stomp. So, you know, the A follows you even when you
I'm glad you got to answer this. I'm glad you saying that me, bro.
You know what I mean?
Honestly.
They love sin.
He says, Sin, please stop hating on sexy rap. He starts very politely. Stay with me.
No. But go ahead.
She makes music for the young, ratchet, and turnt people. Club music. If it's not for you, then just don't listen. No need to hate on her. Go find a rocking chair and go sit your old ass down, Grandpa.
Oh, shit.
So notice it started off with, please stop hating on sexy man, and ended with, go sit your old ass down, Grandpa. So what you say that?
Talking hot.
Look,
man.
if
know what he said?
I'm gonna see.
that is a-
That is Come on, man, chill.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, we got sense of that. We got sense of that.
When I was about to this shit,
Not really.
Go visit.
It shouldn't that you learn that see hill wherever since you know my. It shouldn't have never said something. You know what I mean?
Listen,
All the option
man.
is staying there.
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Well, I'm serious.
Jadorian.
No J.
Regular
Cole.
visits to the
Shout out to
clinic, bro.
Jadorian.
Honor and respect to Jadorian.
Honor and respect,
So say this is for you again.
brother.
Double
To
time.
balance it out, he says, thanks, Sin. J Ski's dropped one of my favorite projects thus far this year as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah. Shouts to you. We agree on that. J Skis is one of them ones that we should be looking out for of this current generation of spitters, for sure.
Shouts to Jadorian, a real day one.
Salute.
man.
All right, a little more negativity because that's just, you know, as you what I've learned about the internet is that as you venture off and you expand your reach, right, you enter new algorithms because you know what, this is the whole thing about, oh, you're number one, you know. No, we're not number one.
Nah, we not.
We've just
Soon come.
we've left a certain space and we have now entered a new space. Pause or not. You know, I like entering new spaces. It's a new experience with these new spaces.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean? Pause. It's not pause.
Okay.
It's not a,
Yes,
I mean,
No,
sir.
you're right. You're right.
you know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Shout out to Sin.
you put in the work. She lets you come to the crib. You enter the new space.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They say us men love new spaces.
But with the internet, when you enter the new space,
Unless
it
it's
can
sexy, bro.
it can be sexy, right? It can go either way. This might be, in fact, based.
I'm off
Yo,
the-
chill. This is
Sin.
gonna be the
This-
episode.
this
This
is not
is it. This is it.
This is not a good space. So, Boogie Stacks, and I guess Boogie Stacks is a crip because it's 2 C's, there's no CK.
Copy CCs.
Boogie Stacks 8687 says, and this is one of our J. Cole videos after he apologized.
Right?
He says, y'all some lames. Bro literally said it didn't feel good and y'all want beef. Hip hop originated on a peaceful movement. Note you young motherfucking the game up. I don't know what he means by that. Note you young motherfucking note you young motherfuckers fucking the game up. Got it. Salute to a real one. Dean the balance. What you guys say to that?
We understand the maturity,
Here you go, Dean.
the pause, growth, the elevation it takes to, like, you know, do what J. Cole did, you know. But I like to think we do. I think we understand Whether we like it or not, we understand it. You get what I'm saying? We just not a fan of what the fuck the nigga did. I feel like in life you have to make decisions, and you have to make decisions that are good with your soul. He sacrificed the game for his soul, which I can't be mad at. But you will have to inhale and exhale the smoke that comes with that. And that's what that video was about.
Here's what I like to say to what's his name? Boogie Stacks, 86.
Two C's.
Loped out.
I'm not gonna be disrespectful tonight, but as people, we need to learn how to be able to separate emotional feelings from the actual issue. We're upset with J. Cole, not because he didn't want, quote, beef, but because he wrote the bars. I'm gonna keep repeating it. He wrote the bars,
Drop the album.
went to the studio, recorded the bars. And again, if you ever made music, when you record a song, you know how many times you hear that song inside the studio? The replay,
a million times.
The replay, the mix, the adjustment. Say this. Why don't you say it that way? Why don't you? There was an entire process that went into this song. Then you put it out and you listen to it again. You listen to it amongst your circle. It might not have been a listening party, but most big time artists have a listening session once the record is done with their people. Mm-hmm. It could be in the studio, it could be at a spot. It don't matter. But there's a listening that happens. It gets green lit. Then it goes out into the world. Only then did J. Cole decide that, you know what, this is a bad idea, because the world picked up, myself and Sincere picked up on it immediately. This shit is too friendly. He didn't have his heart into it. This don't sound like he really wants smoke with Kendrick. We said that on this podcast.
Right.
Wow.
Right?
And
Joe
I was
Budden,
arguing it.
Joe
Same.
Budden said it on his podcast.
Same, man.
Niggas with ears who understood the situation. Not a shot at my brothers. Not because y'all gave grace to J. Cole. Y'all thought he said enough.
Right.
We said he was too friendly. That was our argument. Y'all said it wasn't enough. We said it wasn't enough.
Mm-hmm.
That don't mean that we want beef. And like we just talked about in the previous segment, Mr. Stacks, hip hop started on some competitive shit. Yes, it was gleeful competition. It was a good vibe, but competition nonetheless. That's what we were talking about. We can criticize J. Cole for doing some fuck shit, which is the point of what we were saying, and still give him grace as a man.
Right.
Low-key came on our live show and said the same shit that we were saying. We understand your mental state, but what you did was some fucking bullshit. Because J. Cole is not 24. He's pushing 40. He's a man. He has life experiences beyond our life experience. As a rich nigga, he's seen shit that we'll never see. And he made a poor choice. And we're going to judge him because of that. Not because of anything else beyond you made a choice that wasn't right within your heart, and you knew it wasn't right within your heart before you laid the first verse down. Before you wrote the first bar. You should have never got involved. If you can't see that, then you don't want to see that. That's all I got to say to that. Some positivity. The Bagitty, DBA Giddy, I don't know, says congratulations, fellas. Love the vibes. Appreciate you for tapping in with us. Appreciate the positivity.
Much love. Appreciate you.
DMA 846 says Jay did apologize to Nas, not his mom's. He didn't diss his mom. He dissed the BM. It was Jay's mom that made him apologize, but he did though. So Jarv got that wrong. But I agree with this Cole shit, so it's still different. He could have backed off without saying it, just not respond and move forward. But he'll be fine moving forward. He just got to take these jokes for now. This is definitely an L at the moment. DMA 846, Jay-Z did not apologize to Nas. He apologized to Carmen. He apologized to his moms. He apologized to the families involved. But he said if Nas want to talk about throwing dick sucking lips and all kinds of shit, then you're going to take this work from me in the opposite direction. He never once apologized to Nas. This is one of them hip-hop myths that became fact over time. He never once apologized to S.
You know why?
Says, Masito, this one is for you and we can get up out of here. Archangel 3L777, strange name. He says, I sincerely come in peace. I need someone to educate me or something. We did our lunch hour. It was just two of us. Our brothers was a little busy.
Copy.
He says, how is Simba clout chasing? And if he is clout chasing, couldn't the same be said for all of the reaction channels, podcasts, blogs, etc. He's only saying some of the things everyone else is saying, but somehow it's different because he's rapping instead of talking in caps. You say what to Archangel?
I mean, yeah, it is cloud chasing because this is the thing. We don't go around and speaking about podcasters, right? Like we're the rap roundtable. So Simba, for J. Cole, that's one of his peers, correct? So there's a certain understanding that maybe he should have with him. And we're not asking to kiss his ass because, of course, if a nigga's in a big three and I want the big three, that it is what it is. But like, Simba, what were you doing beforehand? Shouldn't you have always been rapping towards this? Shouldn't have you been working to make towards classic albums and classic songs and classic moments? Like, the fact that you see everybody stomping on J. Cole and you decide, hey, let me diss him and say he's not ready to be in a big three. That's the clout chasing version part of it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Everybody's piling on J. Cole, so he decided to do it already. That's the clout chasing part of it. We're not mad at anybody trying to be a top rapper in the game, but show us that through your work, not through not through petty disses at J. Cole.
And don't do that when Superman's in the red sun. You know what I'm saying? When he was powered up by the yellow sun, you was invisible.
You was begging for verses.
I don't understand how people are missing that. This nigga was nowhere to be found. We didn't hear from this nigga since Nasgate.
Right.
We haven't heard anything from this guy.
Nothing.
And the week J. Cole,
There's definitely been no music.
there you go. And the
Right.
minute J. Cole decides to have this fumble, it happened. You jump out the window and say whatever you said. Like, bro, you're kicking the man while he's down. That's not honorable.
And that's
If
your
y'all
peer.
don't see that, then we don't know what to tell you. That's the real issue here. You wanted to be trendy. You wanted to kick this man while he's down. And honestly, if Cole decided to smoke your booze for being corny, we would sanction it.
Yep.
Because that's whack, bro. Like,
You ain't Kendrick.
anyway,
That's whack.
we
listen.
are at Dreamville Fest.
Nah, real quick. Let me just speak
okay.
on that because I didn't get my bars off.
Cook.
Oh, you had something to say to that? Oh,
No, yeah. Just, I mean, to reiterate what everybody's
them,
saying, but
son.
it's like, we just had WrestleMania, right?
Yes,
Let's
sir.
say, like, you know what I mean? You're a wrestler, you haven't had a match all year, or for like 2 years. And then you all of a sudden want to pop up for WrestleMania and
A
like, let me
jobber.
get in the ring? Like, that doesn't work like that, bro.
A
Like,
jobber, not Brock
fucking
Lesnar. A jobber.
Jobber.
word.
Brooklyn
come on,
Brawler.
man. Fuck out of here.
Like, facts. Like, you a curtain.
And I like Simba. But
Like, you are a
He's
curtain.
nice.
You're a curtain jerker. You know what I'm saying? You are Sean Waltman. You're not even 1, 2, 3 kid yet. You ain't even get your big win against Razor yet. Like,
Crash Holly.
you just had you crashed out on Cole, my nigga. You
Yeah.
let
You.
Kendrick say what you said to Cole. That's a different conversation.
You feel me?
Stay out the way, my nigga. You know what I mean?
Or say what
Yeah,
you got
that-
to say to Cole to Drake or Kendrick first.
There
You
you
know what
go.
I'm saying? Corny shit.
Like you whack for that, and you trying to pick bones. That's some hyena shit.
Yeah.
You trying to pick bones.
A little corny.
You think he down? Cole can fuck around and throw a dart at you right now and your whole shit.
What Kenny said, you either corny or opportunist. So, yeah,
There you
it's
go.
one of the two.
Come
Sharp
on,
had
bro.
we had that
mentioned that,
project
too.
with DJ Drama, 2 years ago?
He was
all
doing
fake
he was
time?
doing like NFL breakdowns, rapping. Remember them shits?
Come on, bro.
Like it's
Fuck
been
outta
it's
here.
been a
I
rough.
seen
And
bro
it-
on Gilbert Arenas.
And
bro.
it's like I don't want to
Blame
violate
him,
Simba
'cause
like
he's
this,
nice.
He's nice, but it's like you was corny for this.
nice.
And you know what? And I'm willing to give him grace to say maybe his team, maybe Atlantic made him do it. But it's like if you did this on your own record, like
Not good look.
on your own accord, part of me, you be better than that, Simba. You can't be one of the Shoguns doing corny shit like this. But anyway, we at Dreamville Fest.
Uptown.
Here we go.
We got our cups of Migos.
We ready?
I'm not dreaming.
You know what I mean? We was dissing.
We
You know what I mean?
ready?
The cups was filled. We was having a good time.
We pulling up.
We was getting ready for 7-minute drill to come on.
True.
We thought Aubrey might come out. We got mad lit. Then J. Cole came outside.
What he do, y'all?
He gave a speech and he apologized.
Oh shit.
He changed the whole vibe in the room. We went from thinking Aubrey was coming out to drop his diss to now realizing it was a kumbaya moment.
Oh shit.
And then it was at this moment that we realized that J. Cole needed two.
We had to do.
First of all, Mase covered this, but definitely R.I.P. to Mr. C, the finisher. You know what I mean? One of the best DJs
One
we
of the
ever had.
goats.
And yeah, I don't throw that around lightly. You know what I mean? One of the best DJs we've ever seen. You know what I mean? And that means something when you say like somebody is the best or one of the best at what they do. You know what I mean? So to who's getting kicked off my lawn? Somebody that all of a sudden did not feel like proclaiming their dominance, their supremacy that they've been proclaiming for this whole time. Somebody that all of a sudden just said, you know what, I said I was the best. I don't really feel like being the best right now. It's not in my spirit. It's not in my soul. Like, I don't understand how that happens. And I don't want to keep piling on J. Cole, because we've been talking about, by the time this comes out, it will have been like over a week since we've been discussing this J. Cole situation. But just to like break down step by step, and Jarv did it a couple of segments ago. Just to be clear, for years now, he has been on this run where he comes on features, he makes his own music, he's dropped albums where he's proclaiming to be the best. You know what I mean? He's put in his 10,000 hours. He's worked crazy hard to get to the position that he got to. You know what I mean? He was dropping subliminals. He was dropping bars directed at other MCs. You know what I mean? All that work, all those 10,000 hours just to say, you know what? I'm going to drop this half-hearted diss track, and then 48 hours later, retract it. That's some lame-ass shit, bro. And we've been over that already. But something new has transpired on the night that we are recording this episode.
Oh, shit.
And that is the fact that he has now finally actually removed 7 Minute Drill, the diss track towards Kendrick, from DSPs. You know what I mean? As of this recording, I know my brothers have confirmed it's not on Spotify anymore. It's kind of an Apple Music. Like if you had it downloaded already, like it was still there, and it might still play. I tried to play it, it wouldn't play for me. So it might be like in the process of like it's getting scrubbed from Apple Music also.
Or it's not playing for Kendrick fans.
You know what I mean? Or that. But here's my thing. Like on top of all of the lameness that has transpired since this half-hearted diss / apology, I remember, because I was telling my boy Deanie, my brother over here, I was watching Dreamville Fest in real time, or at least in real time as far as the live was the live stream was concerned, because I think there was some type of delay. It wasn't live, but I was watching it on Amazon Prime, right? And the moment that he started making this speech, I immediately started recording, and I recorded it because I was like, I gotta send this to the fellas because he's not gonna believe this bullshit. You know what I mean?
Sin did immediately send it to us.
And one of the things that he said at that moment was, I'm gonna have to take this record off of the streams. He said that on Sunday night, April 7th.
Right.
It is today, Friday, April 12th. The song was up all fucking week. Why? Because the album was vying for the #1 spot on Billboard.
Right.
And he was battling it out with Beyonce? Yeah. So clearly he wanted that feather in his hat. Clearly there was like still a level of competition there. Not with rappers, but maybe with Beyonce. Get that #1 album on Billboard. See if you could beat Beyonce out and get that #1. And my thing is this. You said on Sunday night, this record does not feel right in your fucking soul. But you left it up for another 5 fucking days. So you can get the metrics, so you can get the streams.
Right.
So you can get that feather in your hat, so you can get that trophy, because you're still competitive, apparently, about certain things.
Apparently.
You know what I mean? So you wanted that #1 spot on Billboard. Enough to leave this record that did not feel right in your soul
It was a gut. Pause.
for 5 whole extra days. J. Cole, I'm sorry. You're a fucking fraud. Everything that you have said about this entire situation.
Damn it, man.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Wow.
I don't believe you. You need way more fucking people, bro.
Oh my God.
You're gonna have to get off my lawn and stay off my lawn until further notice, bro. Because this is a fucking shit show. Nothing you have said has rang true in the least. Fuck out of here.
Once Sin started tapping the table on every word, I knew he was in for something different. Nigga said it was just per word. I knew he was in for something different.
Good job.
Bro, and the nerve to call out Kendrick for having a facade. This is the facade, my dude.
Get off my lawn.
Shout out to niggas projecting their own real life issues
Cooking that nigga.
and didn't have to apologize in front of 52,000 of their own fans because they realized in their heart that's the real issue here. You projected some shit that's really about yourself, and you could it burned you so bad that you were willing to risk career embarrassment to walk it back because you actually liked the guy.
Get off my lawn.
You know, shout out to the group chat we in. And shout out to my brother. I ain't gonna call no names. But you telling me this is a rollout and it's all part of some marketing? Well, let me tell you something, good brother. I love you. You know what I mean? You've done some things for us as a brand that I'll never take for granted. And you'll do some things in the future for us that I'll never take for granted. But on this particular topic, if you're telling me that this is part of the rollout, self-sabotage, looking crazy in front of a large majority of your fans, and somehow being earnest about it is a good idea, you can also.
Get off my
This is bad.
I got love for you too, bro, but you sound crazy.
This is This is bad.
What?
Getting another nigga manager to co-sign it.
Get off my
This is bad. This is a terrible idea, or maybe it's poor execution. But if you didn't want to get in the ring with the nigga, don't get in the ring. Let Aubrey and Kendrick sort it. It was let's call it. Can we talk about it for 1 second?
Go ahead.
It was never Cole's fight to begin
Really
with.
Never.
It really wasn't. He heard first person shooting and thought maybe this is.
It
He only
wasn't,
felt like
but
that.
it was, and this is why I called it, because I knew this was in his soul. I knew this shit was burning in him. Like, yo, this is my boogeyman. This is like I have to get
It's a
over
one-sided
this hump,
fight, bro. Because Jermaine Cole.
A one-sided
Kendrick
fight that he
never
lost.
respected that
Drake never really talked about being a part of a big three per se.
but
It was
Drake
all
been
Cole.
shooting.
Drake been
his
calling himself the
words.
GOAT.
Cole.
I'm
It was
saying.
all Cole. So Cole did kind of walk
Cole
into the.
projected himself into a situation he didn't want static with. And then you do this shit in front of your fan. That's the shit that keep fucking me up. Can you imagine? All right. Imagine now. Hey, I'm sorry, Walt. Overtime.
Cook.
Let's say in a separate universe.
Right.
Ourselves.
The one that Obasi lives in,
Right.
This is
Right,
a
that
whole
one.
other
That one.
timeline. Yeah,
No NO.
us and the niggas across the street was getting into some real pod wars. And then I just come out and say, you know what, the whole time I just wanted to be your friend. It wasn't in my heart. This and that. I spent weeks, months
Smoking
saying,
niggas.
fuck them niggas. And then I come on the pod and say, you know, I really didn't mean it. Y'all would kill me before we even got to the public.
Homicide.
and then
But
on
it's
top
e-
of that, you tell me, yo, the shit that I said, like, we gotta scrub that, we gotta take that shit down from YouTube, and you leave it up for a whole other week.
Nigga.
Let's get the
trying to
clicks
get
first.
Word.
But it's even worse, Jaw, because them niggas was never talking to you. They was talking to the podcast
other
that
nigga.
got more views than you.
Bro.
Nigga, that they've been talking to for 10 years straight. And then you just decided to jump out the
we
window.
inserted
Listen.
ourselves into some shit that wasn't even our beef to begin with.
This is like an all.
And then say, you know what?
Niggas
Never mind,
jumped on
I'm a
the lawn
bitch.
too. The
Not 'cause we
lawn's
with
still
him.
going. The lawn is still going.
And so, like, and
That's the point,
And then
man.
on top of that, I want to throw anybody else that has been supporting Cole in this move and saying, like, I understand, like, his inner peace is what's most important. You know, being aligned with your spirit is what's most important. You're right.
being one with the force.
You're ultimately, when it's all said and done in the universe, you're right. But this man said this is not aligning with my spirit on April 7th, and it was still the song. The catalyst of what was not aligning with his spirit was up for another whole week. Like, how do you
Word.
explain that?
Say it one more time. Sir.
Get the fuck off my lawn.
Get off my lawn.
How do you reconcile that?
I can't sleep. You
You couldn't sleep for 2 days with the song being up, but you slept just fine for the next 5 days with the song being up. You went a whole other week of not being able to sleep because you wanted to get the #1 record. None of this shit that you're trying to explain away makes sense, bro.
It don't make sense, and it's like myself and Masito said. If you were dealing with a chick and you did this shit, she would call you a fuck nigga. Because everything you've done, your actions represents that of a fuck nigga. And it's like, I don't want to disrespect Cole, because again, I believe that you shouldn't talk crazy about niggas that you'll eventually meet and you'll give them a pound to.
Right.
But we gotta call it what it is. This is some fuck nigga shit. You did bad. And I didn't even think about what Sin said until he said it. 5 days after the fact, then you took it down.
Not
You
being able to
secured your chart placement before you took it down. That's crazy.
And it's still there. I just clicked it just now. It's still playing.
Nah, I got on right now. I searched as Sin was bodying this guy. You know what I mean?
You already have it,
I
get
searched.
it.
There's no 7-minute drill on my streaming.
But
right
I'm
now.
saying though, it's on certain people's shit, which means he's still getting stats from. You understand what I'm saying?
Still on Dean.
So as much as you want to say you're honorable
Yeah.
and it's not within your soul, you're still playing the numbers game.
Crazy.
Fuck out it. See, anyway,
Nasty work.
this is episode 95 of the Rap Roundtable.
A good one.
A strong episode. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all the new viewers,
I miss
all
y'all.
the new subscribers. You know what I mean? By the time this drops, we'll be at 16K, which means the road to 20K is in full swing. We are building this brand. We are building this pod. We don't care if you agree with us. We don't care if you disagree with us. We just here to create discourse. You come in the comments, you add to the discourse. For the people who are not new here, y'all know how we do. If you say some shit that adds to the show, we'll make it part of the show. Don't hesitate to tell us we full of shit. Don't hesitate to tell us that we're great. Don't hesitate to tell us that you can see things a different type of way. It's all inclusive here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Talk about it.
Maybe it's our turn to finally, like Sin said in the text message he sent to me, it's like, maybe niggas is finally starting to see what it was meant to be the whole time. That this show been what it was the whole time. And I hope Sin is right. But
see the
with
vision.
y'all help, y'all can help us see the vision. You know what I mean? 20K is up next. Keep locking in with us. Keep hitting that play button. Keep hitting them likes. Keep running it up, and we will keep delivering as we don't even know how to deliver. We're just telling our truths on the internet. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Diddy the balance. Take us home.
Shout out to my guy Walter Great, engineer extraordinaire. You know what I'm saying? Always keeps us on our fucking toes. Shout out to Masito, voice of the fucking culture, voice of the industry. He knows what he's talking about.
guy.
You hear the production in the background. Holla at him. Sincere Beats. Go to the page. Follow.
Super producer.
A lot of super duper producer. A lot of shit coming down the pike. So much heat. If you rap, tap in with this man. Get acquainted. Hardest working man in podcasting. Jarvie, the point guard.
The GOAT.
You know what I'm saying? Denona Rosa. We on the way. We got to get fed. You heard me? Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to the day one.
Our
Shout out to the
political
year
connects.
fives. Hit the like button. Cop you a beacon of the culture. Roundtablemerch.com. Get elevated with us, man. I'm Dean the balance of the force, and with our powers combined, man, it's the Rap Roundtable, episode 95. Another one. Boom! You dig?
The heroes and the villains.
New York Bias 3, episode 100. Lock in. You heard?
We're coming.